very good morning. Welcome to Shop on TV. I'm Hayley Green.
And I'm Sean Crawley.
Together with Shaylee, and together we have got, well, an absolutely incredible range, actually, from a brand that's been with us for many months, but it's their latest range, and we've only had one previous show. And this is a skincare range that really can make a difference.
We've got a 5-piece collection for you from ERC, and this is the Defence range. This is a new range that supports your skin, that soothes your skin, that if you have any irritation, it might help improve redness. We'll read out some amazing reviews where people have got great results.
You'll see some incredible befores and afters that I do say they're life-changing. They're absolutely incredible. So if you've really struggled to get that right skincare, if you really do struggle, like you say, Sean, with your skin, with redness, perhaps with acne and things, we've got an amazing guest as well who will talk us through the benefits of dragon's blood and actually what dragon's blood actually is. But do a little bit of research yourself, because you can find some wonderful brands, but some very top-end prices.
Should we meet Diane straight away?
Let's.
I think we should, because you might have noticed we were laughing a little bit.
Yes.
We're always laughing when Diane's
She's going to get us into trouble tonight, I think.
I think you're right.
Never. You're a little bit mischievous this evening. How are you, my lovely?
I am great, thank you.
It's always fabulous to have you with us. For anyone that's just switching on, thinking, I wonder if this is right for me, who is this skincare for?
This is for anybody who's got concerns with ageing of the skin, anybody who's got, say, menopausal, hormonal breakouts of the skin, anybody who's got reactivity, but primarily anybody who looks in the mirror and wants to change the overall look of the skin. That's who this is for.
It's a brilliant range, isn't it? It's a
really
5-piece collection that we've got for you. The prices are fantastic. But let's take a look at those befores and afters that we've been talking about, because this is where this skincare comes to life. Take a look at this one first of all, around the eye area. And this is using the entire collection to get these kind of results. But you can see what a difference it's going to make, can't you?
I mean, you really can. And Diane, what sort of time was this?
So this is usually within a 4-week period.
Wow.
So we're looking here at, look at the change in luminosity in the skin, look the way that redness is reduced. And it's the redness in the skin that really shows the aging size and level of the skin, basically, the true age of the skin. So here you can see the change in tone, the change in texture, the reduction of wrinkles in this before and after is huge.
To have both those benefits in one skincare range is amazing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And that is what is quite unique, I think, about this collection, the Defence collection. Now, this is the wow, because we talk about redness and how this can help. Oh, my goodness.
It's reactive skin. So reactive skin can happen at any time in our lifespan. It can happen through stress, it can happen through hormone changes, it can happen through atmospheric changes. And you can see here, look at the redness on the nose, on the cheeks, on the chin. This was all hormonal related. Look at the after. The redness is gone, the clarity of the skin is improved, the smoothness, the texture,
the brightness as well.
Everything.
The instant thing you see is the redness, and you're like, wow. But then if you look more into the after, you look how smooth that skin is, how the open pores seem to have gone, that chin area, that skin just underneath the lip.
Totally. And that's aging. That is truly aging skin in that before picture. And then you can see the visible effects of what, when you target aging skin properly, how you can change and improve the tone, the texture, luminosity, clarity, and first and foremost, that redness.
Now, there's a really nice story about this one, isn't there?
This is my lovely Barbara. Barbara is amazing. She had suffered her entire life with this redness, and we had actually been starting to treat her skin with some probiotics, because obviously I still do hands-on treatment.
Yep.
Starting to treat her skin with some probiotic skincare, and we'd managed to reduce the redness and sort of the inflammatory response quite a bit. She was the very first person to try when this was literally in its trial period. And I was like, I need you to just get this on your skin. Just please try it. And literally, the second it was made, she was on it. Look at the reduction in the redness. It's insane.
Isn't that
fabulous,
incredible?
isn't it?
And it really, you know, some people say life-changing is a big statement to use when it comes to skincare. But if you've suffered like that your entire life, you know, her redness would flare up not only in the sun, it looked like she had a permanent sort of sunburn all year round. But if she ate something spicy, if she'd had a drink,
Gosh.
All these triggers.
all of the triggers, so anything to do with an inflammatory response signals within the skin, it would just go up red. So it was permanent for her.
And am I right in saying that after picture, she took that after she'd got out of the shower? Because she always, getting out of a hot shower, she always was redder than ever. And she looks 1,000 times better.
Exactly. And the first thing she said to me was, I know I've got wet hair and it's not a great picture, but look at this. Because she stepped out the shower and the difference is absolutely insane.
Absolutely incredible. Now, the range you can find, you can go onto ERC's website and you can have a little look at prices, actually, because we do recommend you do that because we've got huge discounts tonight.
This is why we want to show you the range on ERC. Now, all the individual prices under the individual products are right there, as you can see. The wrinkle reducer is included in our bundle. It's £99 on ERC.
And our bundle is £79.
Yeah.
So you've already got a saving on one product. This tallies up, actually. You've got the day and night there, both of those over £100.
Yeah.
And you'll understand why when we go through the ingredients and the knowledge that is behind this range. Tallies up to virtually £413 worth of product, but you can see our price at $79.99.
And you get everything you see here in front of us. So £79.99 is the price. The usual price is actually our reduced prices that we sell them at individually. But £79.99, it can come down even further. If you want to take advantage of PayPal Pay in 3, just £28.65 on your first of 3 interest-free payments. So 968232 is your item number. The easiest way to shop with us here is on our website, ShopOnTV.co.uk. Go direct to our website. You'll see the items are all available individually at reduced prices, but the best buy is the bundle. $79.99 for all 5 pieces. If you've been thinking about changing your skincare, maybe you've used the same skincare for years, you should rotate your skincare, shouldn't you?
Absolutely, and maybe the skincare hasn't worked for you. Maybe it has irritated your skin. Honestly, it's time to change, and please stay with us and learn more with Diane. If you've got any questions, please do email in. Diane is this font of knowledge. We love working with her. We learn so much every single show. But remember, please, this is a range with dragon's blood in it. And when we talk more into that in detail, you'll understand why you have got such an incredible deal.
And I think we should talk about your history as well, Diane, when it comes to beauty industry.
I imagine Diane was born in a little, the really
white outfit.
Absolutely,
ready to give a treatment.
With some cream in your hand, ready to treat, because it's a big part of your life, isn't it?
It's been the majority of my life. You know, I'm over 3 decades into this industry. I absolutely adore skin. It had me fascinated, literally, from the second I was meant to go to uni and didn't. I went to study beauty.
Right.
My mother, bless her, was still waiting for the 3rd graduation picture on the wall that never ever occurred. No. And I just loved it from day one. I love the way it works, why it works. You know, if you think about skin, it's the largest living organ of the body, and it does so much for us. It controls heat and temperature. It's the protective layer. It's so amazing. And I think that for me has always been there, whether it be managing the cruise ships, you know, even from like iconic QE2 was on there for many years.
Wow.
You know, to smaller like luxury yachts, I've done all sorts within the health and beauty industry.
And you're still a therapist today, aren't you?
I'm still a therapist. I cannot escape from that hands-on. I love to get to grips with skin. And I think that for me is when you see somebody's confidence change.
Oh, yes.
That for me, somebody comes in, their skin's not working, but... And then, you know, treatments later.
How can I make a difference?
Empowered and full of confidence. That's what I love about this industry.
You can hear Di's passion. We love working alongside Diane. If you do want to get in touch, if you've got any questions for Diane,
this is your
can come live through to the studio at ShopOnTV.co.uk. I've just heard how many of you are already going for the bundle. Please don't hang around. Already really busy. And we haven't talked you through all the individual items as of yet. You get 5 pieces for £79.99.
You do, and remember, if you go and buy it direct from ERC's website, you are spending about £413, just under by 5 pence. So you have got an incredible saving. And the reason ERC, well, actually, Diane, I'll let you explain this. The reason we have such incredible deals with the bundles is you don't like tester kits, do you? You don't like little tiny jars so people could have a little test of things.
I have an absolute pet hate.
Oh, she's going to get the
sample sizes. When somebody gives you a little like 2 ml or a 5 ml and says, "Oh, take it away and try it," and it's gone in like 2 or 3 days. And in reality, your skin takes 4 or 5 weeks to really get that full process of cellular turnover. So for me, we'd much rather give you something full size and give you the time and give your skin the time it takes to see that visible difference. So that's why samples are a huge no-no for me.
So it's like a tester price, but you've got the full-size samples, which is absolutely fantastic. Very quickly, before we go through the whole range, and we have got an amazing bundle for you, we mentioned dragon's blood, and this is a really
Don't be afraid.
key ingredients. No dragons have been harmed. I didn't realise they weren't real. I'm very disappointed.
Ruined Hen's illusion.
Tell us what dragon's blood is and why it is in other ranges. It's a very expensive ingredient.
It is a very expensive ingredient. So basically, it's a natural resin sourced from something called the Croton leclerc tree. So it's been used for thousands and thousands of years within the indigenous Amazonian population for its soothing, its healing properties. It's for all over sort of ailments with the skin. The tree itself, you can see here on this image, the tree is really like branchy and gnarly, so the locals call it the dragon tree.
Right.
Hence the name dragon's blood. So when they actually extract the resin, it looks like the tree is bleeding. So they make almost like I would say like a V incision.
So they don't cut the tree down.
Yeah, they don't harm the tree, do they?
Absolutely not. So they take and extract this resin, but it looks like the droplets of the resin, because it's red, are blood.
Right.
So hence the name dragon's blood.
Fabulous.
And all these benefits we're going to talk about as we go throughout the show.
Do have a little look at dragon's blood on the internet and see the prices.
I looked again today, and you're looking at individual pieces, so usually around about the £80 mark, what I was looking at.
Yes, absolutely.
Or more.
So you're getting 5 pieces for $79.99, $28.65 if you use PayPal, pay in 3. So let's have a whiz round the collection if we can.
So full collection. So this is great for anybody as a total change of kit, because you've got your cleanser, so beautiful cleanser that you can use morning and night. We've got 2 serums here. So we've actually got our wrinkle reducer serum and also our super lift serum.
And I adore both of these.
Of them.
You can use them together, you can use them individually.
And we will run through that as well.
Definitely. And then you've got a full-sized daytime moisturiser and nighttime moisturiser.
Fabulous.
So, perfect combination: cleanser, serum, day moisturiser, cleanser, serum, night moisturiser.
Brilliant.
It's your morning and night routine.
It's incredible, isn't it? We are massively busy. It's really great to have your company, and really great as well to know. I think lots of us do struggle with skincare, getting the right thing, and I think lots of us find, if you're like me, my skin can be very easily irritated, and when I was young I had terrible skin, and I just know how conscious it made me feel, and whatever I seemed to put on it seemed to irritate it more. It's finding that right thing, Diane, isn't it?
It's finding, and the thing with ERC is we're always trying to find active ingredients, but it's at the levels that make the visible difference to the skin. It's, you know, sometimes you'll see ingredients out there and you think, oh, it's the next latest thing, or it's great and it's going to do A, B and C for my skin. And that's all well and good, but what you need is skincare at the right level. The right level of ingredient to make the visible difference. You don't want something to irritate the skin. And it's because it's not just ingredients that can irritate the skin. Lifestyle stress irritates the skin. You know, when we talk about like that anti-inflammatory response, hormones, there's so many factors, the weather, the humidity levels.
So true.
UVA, so
I'd never even thought about that, but there's so many things. You know, if you've been stressed, if you're going through a bad time, your skin is completely different, isn't it?
Totally. So this is all about, and what I love about this is because often you'll find collections that are just to treat, make the skin comfortable, calm the skin down.
Calm the skin, yes.
This does that absolutely in abundance, but it is so anti-aging at the same time, and that's where that sort of real unique point of difference.
You don't want to miss out on that, do you?
No,
because you're still aging, even though you've got irritated skin. So you want the benefit of all of that. And when we look at the befores and afters, that's when you really see that difference.
Yes.
I mean, a massive difference around that eye area. And this is using the whole range.
This is using the whole collection. So this is really, and when I always try to sort of talk people through like hyperpigmentation in the skin. So when you can see that change in tone, you see those brown or darker patches. Pigmentation can be really brown, but it can also be really red. And it's the redness that we can see here. So in that redness, look on the before picture. If you look at the eye, and then look beneath where you naturally see like a natural eye bag, but look how wrinkled, how dehydrated that skin is.
It's that crepiness, isn't it?
Exactly.
It is.
So the skin looks much older than what it actually is. If you look to the after picture, when you get something that is super rich in antioxidants, and we can talk about them a bit later of how they affect the skin, but they almost neutralise the skin. So what you find is this much more smoother, this improved tone, better clarity. Again, I mean, the redness here, this is insane.
Well, that's what you see first of all, isn't it? The redness is completely
and that's
reduced.
such a, we've said it, life-changing
If you're living with that day to day.
Absolutely. You'd feel you'd always have to put makeup on. You'd feel really conscious that it looks perhaps you've got a sunburnt nose. But the difference in the redness is incredible. But if you then look beyond that, which is what you're saying, it's not just the redness that's changed.
It's not just the redness. And specifically, look at the chin area. Look at the depth of wrinkle from the nose down to the corner of the mouth. Those nasolabial.
Gosh,
I
yes.
hadn't noticed that.
See, if when you look at those, that's really changed. Obviously, you can see around that area, this is almost like hormonal acne rosacea. So you're getting this flare up, but it really needs to be brought back down to base. The chin area, you can see those large open pores, you can see that texture, and it looks almost wrinkled in texture.
Yeah. Looks rough.
It does look rough,
Yeah, tough
absolutely.
skin, yeah.
And you often find as the skin is aging, we get this thickening of the chin area.
I mean, that before and after was amazing on the chin area. I really could see the difference in the tone and also, like you say, the texture of the skin.
Yeah.
Now, we love this before and after.
Babs is great, isn't she?
Bless her.
But I mean, again, it's that sunburnt appearance. It is, you know, it's not a tan to the skin. That redness is absolutely ingrained into the skin. But the smoothness afterwards is insane. That calmness in the tone of the skin. It just looks like somebody's given that skin a big hug, something really to just like bring it back to base.
And Barbara's always lived with that redness, hasn't she?
Always.
Always struggled with
And that's what she said. She struggled it with for 30 plus years.
Bless
and she's
her.
never been able to get it down. And obviously she came to me with I just need to try something else. And I said, okay, and we will need to try. So
And did she come to you in your clinic? Because you still...
Yes,
Yeah.
she actually came through me through somebody else who'd been using a different collection.
Right.
And she said, it's worked amazing for that. What can you do for me? And I said,
Fabulous.
right, let's look. And so it's just starting that programme with people that switching up your skincare routine, it's not just about having great looking skin. It can just make the texture, the tone, the density of the skin so improved as well.
To have one range that does so much is fabulous, isn't it? And then that's exactly what we've got here. Well, should we run through each individual piece, and that'll give you an idea of what you're actually getting in this bundle?
So, first of all, love this cleanser. So, anti-bac cleanser. Okay, now my top tip for when you get this home, you'll open it up and you will have a little seal on here. Please don't take the seal off, okay?
Okay, so normally you'd peel that
normally
back,
you'd
wouldn't
peel it
you?
off, but this is a liquid cleanser that foams. And if you just put a little pinprick in there, it will last you 10 times longer.
Such a top tip, that, because
you're
I've
not
had
wasting
loads of
anything.
products where you just tip it slightly and you've got a whole sort of spoon, you know, a whole handful of it,
And
wasting it.
You just don't need to waste it. A little bit goes a long way. So literally, want me to show you
Yes,
how?
please.
So we're going to take a little bit, okay, literally about the size of a 5p piece is going to be plenty. And then you're just going to take some water and you will see this start to foam.
Oh, it feels
So
amazing.
You can see it's now, the more I foam, obviously, if you're at home, you would just keep working and working and working. But you see that lather?
Look at that.
So the more water you add, the more it comes in. The men adore this.
Now, you did this on my hand last time.
Oh, I did,
I'm
Sean.
a bit
didn't I? I'm
disappointed, if I'm honest.
I'll get to you in a minute. I'll get to you in a minute.
And it's so important to cleanse the skin properly, isn't it? Because for years I awfully used wipes.
Yes.
And of course they never get deep down into the pores, so that probably helped irritate my skin, really.
Absolutely. Wipes literally will smear things over the surface.
Just move it around.
They just move it around.
It's like mopping a floor.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it just literally, it just slides and glides it all over the skin. And then you go and apply your serum and you go and put your moisturiser on and you trap that dirt,
You've
grease
blocked
in your
it in.
yeah.
lock
Of
it into the
course.
skin.
So you're causing problems.
Absolutely. So if you use, this is packed with gorgeous lauric acid, with some citric acid, so super gentle. But if you think that we can take off anything dead or dry off the surface on a daily basis, you get a really, really deep but gentle and effective clean.
I mean, that is absolutely stunning. It's so gorgeous on the skin. I've used lots of sort of cleansers trying to find the right thing, and lots of things make my skin very tight.
Dry
And I feel
out,
then I need to put loads of cream on. I felt like my skin had been already treated. You know, I felt like I'd had a treatment on my skin after I'd used the cleanser.
And absolutely, because Hayley, it's got the dragon's blood in, and a lot of people will say, why do you put the actual dragon's blood into a cleanser that's about to be washed off the skin? But for us, it's all about treat from the very first step.
Right.
So yes, it's on for a couple of seconds and then you take it off, but even in that short space of
There's a
time,
benefit.
there's a benefit.
And you feel that difference
Yes.
as well when you've cleansed the skin. It's so
I love how busy we are.
Massively busy.
It's only the second live show that we've done with the collection. We've only run you through one piece so far. Remember, you're getting all 5 pieces, but if you buy it directly at ERC, if you buy the individual pieces, the prices are much increased. Diane said this is a way for you to try ERC Defence at spectacularly reduced prices.
You think our bundle is $79.99. You're getting, if you were just buying the actual wrinkle reducer, which we haven't gone into detail with yet, you have already got a saving. But you're getting each of these items in our 5-piece bundle for $79.99. The day and the night, they are both over £100 worth of product. So what you're saving, well, that tallies up to virtually, well, it's nearly £413 worth of product. But with our price, you're saving £333, which is absolutely incredible. But believe it, because that's exactly what you're getting. These should be those prices. Go on the internet and look at dragon's blood and how expensive products with dragon's blood actually are.
And if you're buying online and you want to spread the cost even further, it's just $28.65 on your first of 3 payments if you use PayPal Pay in 3 online. We've only covered one piece from the collection so far, hugely busy. Where would we go next,
So step 2 would then be to go into your serum.
Right.
So we've got 2 different serums here. We've got the Super Lift serum and we've also got the wrinkle reducer. Now, if we start with the Super Lift,
I love it.
Now, when we first did the shows,
serums.
this was such a new collection. We didn't even have this live in the studio, did we?
didn't, no.
And I've been trying and testing it, and I
Hayley
have
loves it.
fallen in love. I've
nearly all gone.
used nothing. I've used nothing else since. I absolutely love it.
It's just good. I think the smell of it, the way it feels on the skin, what it does.
I'd say it's very unisex as well, because I've used it when Hayley's not been looking.
Sure, but when she says to me, I need some more, and I'm like, Hayley,
That went quick.
Guilty.
That's what it is. Yeah, that was me.
So, Super Lift serum. So this is an absolute eclectic blend. But look at this. It is.
Oh, yes, please.
He's
yes,
like,
please.
come on, come on.
And it feels as good as it looks
It
as
does
well.
feel as good as it looks.
Fabulous.
So really, really smooth. But it's so, so light. So what this does, this is a beautiful, beautiful blend. This is all about being super antioxidant rich, obviously because of the dragon's blood, but this has also got a mix of vitamin C, green tea. it's all about a tightening sugar polymer. So if you think about the way a wrinkle is formed, okay, so sugars in the skin, what happens is as they start to degrade, the wrinkle starts to form because they harden in the skin, okay? So when skin is youthful and really elastic and plastic, the sugars are all really soft. As they harden, this has a sugar polymer that helps to soften.
Okay.
So it's how we help to start to soften that wrinkle, mixed with green tea, okay, super antioxidant, mixed with vitamin C, great for clarity and luminosity in the skin. Of course, it's got your dragon's blood in there. So this is the perfect wake up and go each and every morning.
Right.
I love this one of a morning time. You can use them either morning or evening, but this, for me, this is the real wake up call to the skin.
Right.
First thing.
So that first thing in the morning to brighten, to improve the appearance of sun-damaged skin, we can see here as well. A powerhouse of antioxidants, and on top of all that, again, it's anti-aging. So you're targeting those fine lines and wrinkles, like you say.
Absolutely, and it's that anti-aging thing with the dragon's blood itself, but also with all those extra goodies in there. It really makes a difference to the luminosity and the clarity of the skin.
Fabulous.
So super lift, perfect. Really, really light. Great as a base for makeup.
Yes.
Or again, the guys love this because it's so light and it's gone.
Yeah, nothing sits on the skin.
It's not sticky.
Yeah.
Your skin feels super soft, doesn't it? Super smooth. But like you say, there's nothing. And I think that's why a lot of things do irritate my skin, because they sit on top of your skin. Your skin takes all this goodness in, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And if you find, if there's any skincare brand that you use where you find you've got almost a film left on the surface, your skin is telling you either A, it's too rich, B, you've applied too much, or C, it's not the right product for you.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Skincare should always, you should feel that you have nothing on the skin. It should go in, it should feel smooth, it shouldn't feel tacky or greasy, and sort of several hours later, you certainly shouldn't be able to feel that something still sat on the surface. You're just wasting product.
And with that serum, again, you often say about when you put makeup on top of certain skincares, it can pill and go
It's horrible. You put your foundation on and it's all rolling.
all gathers, doesn't it?
Or even later on in the day, there's bits that the foundation's disappeared. Whereas this is a beautiful base.
Lovely primer.
For makeup.
Great primer.
But also it's really nice for the non-makeup days as well, because your skin just feels and looks so nice.
I think if you've got, we always associate really healthy skin with that natural glow. And by getting that luminosity back into the skin, that makes the difference. So sometimes I think we can be quite scared to be totally barefaced. Not anymore.
No.
It's just, because as well it will calm that redness in the skin. So if you have got the changes in tone, it's a great collection.
So that is our second product out of the 5, and that of course is that fabulous serum. And remember, you're getting 2 serums, which I love in this bundle, because I adore serums. I think there's something, I didn't realise that you should really use a serum and a cream together, because that's what we're going to do, isn't it?
Absolutely. So if you think about your serums are what target, treat and repair the skin. So serums are always about that targeted approach. Your moisturisers are primarily there to hydrate and increase moisturisation levels. So when you want to target the skin and get sort of a real-time result, using a serum and moisturiser together, you'll always end up with the best result.
Fabulous. So we're going to go from our fabulous Super Lift serum to our
wrinkle reducer.
Wrinkle reducer.
Now this is the other one that I keep stealing.
This one comes everywhere with me.
discovering everything tonight now.
It's got a lovely light fragrance to it.
It's beautiful. So it's got a very, very soft, delicate, it's got an oud scent to it.
Very different consistency as well.
Very different consistency. So if I take the two together, you can see there the difference in texture. Can you see there? So this is much, much lighter.
We're just going to come over to your hand and see the difference.
So
bear with us. Hold it right there.
Hold it right. See there? So that's your Super Lift serum. Okay. So much, much lighter. And then here we've got the wrinkle reducer. So see that difference in texture. But look
more
at
viscose,
that.
Isn't
the
it?
second look at that luminosity, Diane.
Gosh, yes.
Dehydrated hand. Look at the luminosity there, instant. And then obviously as that massaged into the skin. You know, you can see, I mean, look at that.
Wow.
Gosh.
Yeah, the wrinkle, look at the wrinkles on this one. But look at that, and that's when it comes to barefaced days, when you really want that, you know, your skin is aging. If you're 40s, 50s, 60s, beyond, and you start to see the wrinklage, the lack of luminosity, that more dull tone to the skin, this is what really targets to make a difference.
Now, the wrinkle reducers you see here really targeting the signs of ageing, the wrinkles, the fine lines, but remember as well, a brighter, fresher, more radiant skin, and working all the time on that sensitive skin, that skin with irritation, that redness as well. It's all about supporting your skin, soothing your skin, restoring your skin, repairing your skin, and really can help to give you that skin that you've perhaps dreamed of having for years, that skin that no skin sort of care you've used in the past has actually done for you. It's absolutely incredible.
And if you've had that irritation, in fact, we'll read some reviews for you to share with you the experience that people have had using this skincare.
And we'll look at the befores and afters again as well, because I think it really is quite eye-opening what a difference it can make. But have a little look at the 5-star reviews, because these blew us away.
Excellent products. It didn't inflame my rosacea. Rather, the next day my skin was soothed and much less red. Beautiful scent too. Love the containers. It looks great. It looks that top-end skincare. Love the containers the creams come in. Highly recommended. That's from Ria, that one you see there. Remember, the item number you need is 968232. Here's another one from Joanne.
Beautiful products. Love the smell, and it's a very gentle fragrance. It's stunning. And the silky feel to the creams and serums. Great for a moisture boost, and it truly is.
5 pieces in the collection today for $79.99. Here's another one from Shannon. This range is my favourite. I suffer with psoriasis, and since using these products, I've noticed a considerable difference in the redness and dryness of my skin. My psoriasis is no longer inflamed or itchy, and I can finally start to feel confident again. That's great.
That is the biggest thing, is it's that confidence, isn't it? And when you see the befores and afters, if you have lived your life with redness, or perhaps it's just actually started to happen and you don't understand, this is quite life-changing. Now, we're seeing just under the eye area, and again, look at that sort of the natural eye bag area. Look how red it is in the before, and then look how not only has the redness eased and it's calmed that redness, it's also smoothed the lines and wrinkles, the crepiness that is in that.
The change to the skin, the difference in the texture.
Incredible. And I think the next one you see it even more, because that is incredible.
And Diane, when you see this, you just see the redness really. However, it's solving lots of other problems, isn't it?
Absolutely. So this isn't just, people associate frequently Dragon's Blood just as a redness collection.
Yes.
The thing with it is, because it is so super rich in antioxidants, this is incredible. So we all know about vitamin E. We know the benefits of how much of a great emollient vitamin E is, how conditioning it is for the skin. If I told you Dragon's Blood is up to 20 times more potent than vitamin E and up to 5 times more potent than vitamin C as a natural antioxidant, that gives you a little bit of the scope at how powerful an active ingredient it is. So that's where we get the anti-aging benefits from at the same time.
Now, when we talk about, I just want to reiterate, with those statements are brilliant, but it's for every skin type, isn't it? If you're watching at home and thinking, is this for me?
Yes. So don't just think, oh, I haven't got redness.
That's what I was thinking.
This is primarily anti-aging, okay? That's the biggest thing about this. It is an anti-aging collection. However, if you suffer from fragile skin, sensitivity, anything in your skin that is sensitized, usually you find anti-aging collections are a no-no.
No good.
Because you just need to treat the fragility in the skin. Because the Dragon's Blood works on both, you know, it's super enriched with something we call taspines, and taspines target redness. So that's where, if you've got you're more on the psoriasis side, the eczema side, the acne rosacea side of skin types, or you just tend to flare up with things, this is all about building tolerance within the skin and helping to keep the skin super hydrated, target those, super antioxidant rich, great at anti-aging, but it does everything to keep the skin calm. It is sort of calm in a cream, this collection.
It's like all those key ingredients to make such a difference, whatever sort of situation your skin is in. And our skin does change, doesn't it, as we age? I know my skin has changed going into my 50s, well, I'm middle 50s now. You know what a difference life makes on your skin, how your hormones change your skin. There's so many things that we don't think about, isn't there, that can actually stress our skin.
Well, Diane was saying it's not just about the things that you do think about when it comes to your skin. It can be the atmospheres that you spend time in. We spend a lot of time, we're underground in this studio.
Yeah.
That affects your skin, doesn't it? We used to work in exhibitions and we'd be in exhibition halls for 12 hours a day. That affects your skin.
Even when you're in a car with air conditioning on, when you get out of the car, your skin feels horrible, doesn't it? 'Cause
Really
you've had
tight
this,
again, yeah.
So there's lots of things that through life can make a difference to that skin. But perhaps you've tried so many different things that just haven't helped and perhaps irritated your skin more than ever. I truly believe the ingredients that we've got in this defence range can help and benefit you in so many different ways. But not just that, also anti-aging.
Yes, please.
So if we could look at the full face before and after again, could we please? Have a little look. The redness is the
that's what
first
you see
initial
straight
thing
away, isn't
you
it?
see. That's the first change. You think, oh my goodness, that is life-changing. But now get right up to your screen and have a real look at her skin in the after. Look how smooth that skin is, how you've actually reduced the open pores. Go down to the chin area, just under the lip area. That skin looks so tough and lumpy. And look at the difference in the after.
Texture.
Yeah.
So it's this thickening. So naturally, when we talk again about things like the sugars in the skin and things start to harden in the skin, or sometimes people will see that sort of almost like crisscross effect to the skin.
Yes.
So something called glycation. Again, hardening of sugars in the
And that's often in an older skin, isn't it? So you might think, well, there's nothing going to help me here. It's too late.
So 50s, 60s, 70s, and you'll think, absolutely not. It's too rigid, it's set, nothing's going to soften that. That particular lady was mid-50s, and you can see that texture. And when that texture changes, it's a little bit getting like sandpaper, and now you've got silk. That's my best way to describe.
Oh, that's a great description.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so rough.
Rough and
it's
tough,
hard.
like you said, the skin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You go to put foundation on, you've got to use a primer, you've got to use something that sort of smooths the area, because otherwise everything sits on it.
And I think you still see it, don't you? To actually naturally get that smoothness, that silkiness, and to get that amazing skin difference. Again, look at the before and after. The redness, yes, amazing, absolutely life-changing. But look at the roughness to the skin before, and look at the silkiness to the skin after, and the lines, the nose to mouth lines, the actual marionette lines as well. The difference there is quite incredible.
The glow to the skin. The skin just looks so much healthier, doesn't it?
It's got a luminosity to it, hasn't it?
It's got luminosity and it's calm. And even if you look, especially on that left-hand side of that before, look at those upper lip lines. You know what we'd probably say like smoker's lines.
Yeah.
Look at them then on the after picture. So not only is the tone and texture changed, the actual clarity of the skin has changed, the smoothness, and that's all to do with density in the skin as well, and elasticity within the skin. So dragon's blood, we know, is this super, super rich antioxidant, and that's basically sort of eating away the damage that's taken place with the skin. So you can see here, you know, this is reactive skin, it was hormonally changing skin. So even if you've had something for many, many years, again, 50s, 60s, 70s, people can live with reactive skin all of their lives and think they can never find a solution. I'd say just try dragon's blood.
And do. And we are so, so busy. It's really lovely to have you coming out. I'm really pleased you've switched on, because I think this is something, I will say this a few times through the show, and I don't say this in every show. I think it's life-changing. I think skin, we're so paranoid, aren't we? And especially with social media.
Yeah.
Everybody
Everybody's
looks
perfect.
so beautiful and so
perfect
smooth
skin.
and so amazing that we're paranoid with what we see in the mirror. And to get your confidence back, to look in the mirror and feel that your skin is looking good. And whether that's the redness that's gone, whether that's the lines and wrinkles, or whether it's that toughness to the skin. But we are so busy, you desperately need to check those baskets out.
Remember, this skincare is for everybody as well. It's not just if you've got irritated skin. The anti-aging benefits in the Defence range are fabulous. If you're one of those people who's used the same skincare for years and you think, my skincare doesn't work anymore, it's because you haven't changed it. It's like everything, you should always mix up your skincare.
I think you notice it more probably with your shampoos and conditioners. You've perhaps got a shampoo and conditioner that was amazing and your hair always looked fantastic, and then all of a sudden you're like, what if they've changed the ingredients? And it's not that's changed, it's that your body's got used to it. It's a bit like they don't like you to take penicillin time and time again, because your body gets used to it. You know, you need to have those chops and changes, and I think this is a change that really could change. It could be life-changing for you. It really could change your skin.
Now, if you've got this in a basket, so many of you have at the moment, do confirm your orders and check out what value you've got for this bundle. And we'll talk about why ERC do this bundle, because if you add the usual prices together for this, it's over £400 worth of value. When you look at ERC's website right now, take a look at the wrinkle reducer, the serum that we see there at £99. We've just talked you through that. We haven't even got to the day and night moisturiser yet, but at £99 you're paying more for that one item than you are for the entire collection with us.
So all of those 5 items you've got in our bundle, you can see the day and night, which we're going to go to now, £110, £105. So if you add all of that up, it's virtually £413. So you have got a huge saving with us tonight, because ours, £79.99, means you're actually saving £333 practically from their regular price. Now, we have got reductions on everything individually, but we've still got an even bigger saving on the bundle. The bundle is the way to go, and the bundle is allowing you to have the benefits from each of these key items. The right cleanser, 2 incredible serums, and of course your day and your night, and of course they all work so beautifully together.
Absolutely. It's like synergistically they work amazingly if you're using them as a routine morning and evening. And a lot of the time people will ask me, do I have to use something of a night, or what is the difference between a daytime moisturiser and a nighttime? Why do I need 2? And if you think about the skin, how this organ works. So of a daytime, it's all about protection. It's your warrior, it's your defence system against, you know, the wind, the rain, the heat, whatever environment you're in. Whereas of an evening, it's all about how we support, repair, replenish, rejuvenate. So naturally, your body kicks into this circadian rhythm, so it's all about how naturally you start to sort of replenish and revive and all your cells and everything, and that's why we have 2 creams. So day is all about protection, night is all about replenishment.
Right, should we take
ingredients?
Take a look at these?
Where are we going first?
So let's start with day. So day whipped. So look, he's like, shall I try this one on you,
Oh,
Sean?
yes, please.
I see why you sat there now.
This is
Sat
the
down,
good
but
seat.
he's never in the studio first. He was in here on the seat, ready to go.
So we take a small amount. Okay, I'm going to take more because I'm obviously going to work on. I'm just going to pop.
I'm going to get the full
Thank you,
treatment.
Oh, you
This is what I was worried about, you
This is
see.
what you were hoping
And
for.
it's such a lovely texture, isn't it?
It's a beautiful
Hand treatment.
texture. So this, as this goes into the skin, and this is great because then we can show Sean's hand as a before and after, okay? So we are literally going to massage this in, and don't waste any. You know when you've popped it all over face, neck, across your décolleté? Here, we're going to pop some of that into cuticles, treat those nail beds, keep them nice and calm. Anything brittle, they're into the skin.
I pop a bit on my knees if I've got a little bit extra. My elbows, absolutely.
If anybody's had any self-tan on and it's a little bit patchy, good smooth skin.
Perfect.
But this is literally
That feels so nice.
into the skin.
Don't get used to this.
Well, I won't expect it at home, don't worry.
It's not going to happen at home, love. Look at
There's
that.
no time for that at
But
home.
we can work that in, and you can see already, like, beautiful elasticity.
Gosh.
Yeah, look at that, the
It's onto
stretch to the skin.
Yeah. So gorgeous. And then even right now, if you put your other hand there.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Look again at the luminosity to that skin.
Look at the luminosity, and there's a great little test. If I go like this on this hand, so okay, we can see.
Bit of a drag there.
There is a drag there, okay? If I do it on this hand, it just glides.
Super smooth.
It absolutely glides. And it's this push of skin.
Yeah.
Look, see there, you
can.
can see the dehydration into the tissue there. You can see the drag. The second you pop that on, there's nothing.
It's amazing difference.
It's more like sort of baby's skin, isn't it?
It is like because
it's a more youthful skin, yeah.
Exactly. Youthful skin has a much more support, it has more strength, more structure. A dragon's blood is all about how we soothe, we support, we strengthen. So think of those three things.
So is that going to help sort of the jowl area?
Absolutely. So anywhere. So for me, the place that I really noticed was I obviously was abroad for many, many years. And where do you show your visible signs of aging?
Yeah.
You can look after your face, but often onto the neck and the back of the hands. And here for me is what really changed. The clarity in the skin, the dehydration across my chest area was really, you know, and I've spent 30 plus years in this industry, so I know what to do.
Yeah.
But it still needed an extra little bit of TLC, and I used to call that my handbag skin. Good old leather handbag skin. You know,
leather. That's really good.
It's ingrained.
Leather,
It's got a little bit. That's where I noticed defence. Dragon's blood made the biggest difference to my skin.
Now, we
From
keep
leather to
mentioning
silk.
dragon's blood. I think, again, we need to show that picture, because when we talk about dragon's blood, we're not talking about dragons.
We're not talking about dragons, no. Mythical or manufactured, no dragons are harmed. So this is actually a visual of the tree. So this beautiful Croton leclerc tree, okay? The indigenous Amazonian population have been using the benefits of this extract for thousands and literally thousands and thousands of years. So super healing, restorative, soothing, calming on the skin. When it's extracted from the tree, they literally make like a V incision, a Y incision, and it drips out. So you get this beautiful red resin that looks almost blood-like. And because it's referred to as the dragon's tree, because it's gnarled, so the locals call it the dragon's tree, and then the blood comes from the resin comes from the tree, looks like blood,
right.
hence dragon's blood.
And the great thing is, the trees aren't harmed, are they?
No, the trees aren't harmed. So it's at source. It's actually 100% eco-certified at source.
Right.
Obviously, we then blend it with other things, which takes away that eco. But yeah, it's 100% eco-certified. So it literally is such a pure resin. It's insane. It's amazing the way it works.
And do look at the ranges with that ingredients in, because this is a really expensive ingredient.
All you've got to do is pop it in your search engine, and you'll see most items that I found are about 70, 80 pounds for one piece.
Exactly.
And you're getting a
five-piece collection. We haven't even covered it yet. We're down to the final piece in the five-piece collection.
So remember, cleanser, you've got two incredible serums, you've got a day, and now we're going to talk about the night.
Oh,
and it does have to be a different cream at night.
It does have to be a different cream. And again, its texture is slightly different. You'll normally find that your nighttime, again, because it's more about how restorative we can treat the skin. But if you look at the texture, again,
I can
you see?
Yeah.
Two different textures. So you can see here, it's more whipped, it's thicker. I'm going to take a little bit more of there. I'm going to pass that over to you, Hayley. I'm just going to go like that.
Fabulous, thank you very much.
And even though it's a thicker cream, it doesn't sit on the skin. Once again, it sinks in beautifully, doesn't it?
So if you think we've already got a layer here, but if you look,
lovely.
This is velvet. I adore this. This is my go-to. Literally, when I am tired.
Should hear what they're saying in the gallery, Diane. You're getting lots of compliments. Diane is a trained therapist with many years' experience.
You can
I'm
see
a
that.
Professional, darling.
Those hands are good hands. Oh, that feels fabulous.
Are you watching this?
Yeah, you're not getting this treatment at home, love. You do your own skincare.
Even on a day off?
I haven't got time for that.
But if you look at that,
Look at that.
It's the smoothness. I wanted to show my wrinkles there. It's the smoothness, but there's no tackiness showing. It's smooth, it's soft,
Nothing
it's
left
conditioned.
behind, yeah.
And that's the difference. So again, if you think that, although it's a richer texture, okay, it's gone into the skin. So even if I try and rub, so say I was applying makeup, I mean, obviously not of the night time, but we've got a layer of day and a layer of night. If I try and rub that,
no, it's not going to.
There's nothing coming up. There's
feel,
no,
is it?
There's no
Nothing's going to
peeling
pill.
to
It's
it,
not going to
no.
ruin your makeup.
Absolutely, because the skin's absorbed it in.
That is absolutely.
And it's a lovely,
beautiful.
subtle fragrance.
It's a very, very gentle fragrance, isn't it?
It's very gentle. It's a rose oud. And when we first looked at the fragrance, I was like, I detest rose. I really detest rose. And the chemists were saying, oh, we can do this and we can do that. Because often raw ingredients, you think they smell nice, they don't.
Right.
So we were like, okay, something really gentle, something obviously safer, sensitive, sensitised skin. And he went rose, and I was like, no thanks. And then I said, well, okay, send me some samples, you know. And then I was like, oh,
It's lovely.
oh, that. And he said, who doesn't want rose? And I was like, okay, we'll go with rose.
It's a lovely
It's quite a calming smell as well to put on at night, which
I
is
think
nice.
it reminds me of like a super soft blanket. It's like that cashmere.
It's very spa-like, I think.
It is very it's very neutral, and I think as well, the men love this collection. So anybody out there who gets any shaving rashes,
Yes.
so,
reactive skin,
Perfect.
absolutely brilliant for that sort of skin type.
Once again, just getting
I mean,
busier and
that's
busier.
perfect. I hadn't even thought of
Yeah.
that because
Yeah, that
a lot of guys do,
irritation, yeah.
and horrible on the neck, isn't it? Really,
Absolutely.
really nasty. And again, all you do is irritate it every time you shave. But if you're actually calming it in between, that could make such a difference.
It really can. So 968232 is your item number. You can buy it on the website or the phone, but shopontv.co.uk. If you want to use the phone, it's a UK-based call centre. You'll see that phone number keeps popping up on the screen also. So 968232. The price isn't for one item, it's for 5 pieces.
It is, and we're massively busy. It's only the second live show that we've actually done here on Shop on TV. Massive busy first show. We've brought it back, and you're absolutely loving it. If you do suffer with your skin, if you've never found the right product for you, if everything seems to irritate your skin, you're finding your skin's getting more sensitive as you're getting older. Perhaps your skin's changing as you're getting older because of hormones or stress or whatever, for whatever reason, and nothing seems to work right. Please get this home and try it, because for so many, and I don't say this about everything, and we don't say about other skincare ranges, I think this range is life-changing. And stay with us, because we'll show you some incredible befores and afters where you'll see exactly what I mean.
So many of you trying to order right now, whether it's phones or website. We're going to give you a couple of minutes to check out if you've not ordered before. It's as simple as this.
There are 3 convenient ways to place your order with Shop on TV. Just scan the QR code with your smartphone's camera app to view the current on-screen item. Or go directly to our website, shopontv.co.uk, where you'll find all the products in today's show. Simply add the items you want to buy to your online shopping basket and check out. Prefer ordering by phone? Give our UK-based customer service centre a call on 03333 241 241. Friendly representatives are available to assist you 24 hours a day. Straightforward shopping with Shop on TV. Shop on TV broadcasts across the nation every day from midnight to 3 a.m. on ITV1 and STV and midnight to 6 p.m. on Freeview Channel 89. Away from your television, we've got you covered. The live broadcasts are also streamed on our website at shopontv.co.uk and on our YouTube channel at Shop on TV Live, where you can catch up on anything you've missed. So, why not make it your daily ritual to tune in and check out the latest and greatest on offer? Outstanding quality, incredible value and superb savings with Shop on TV.
Really is great to have your company on ITV1 and STV. You've joined us on a perfect night to make, I think, such a difference to your skincare routine and how you feel about yourself when you look in the mirror, getting your confidence back, because we've got a range that for so many has made such a difference to their skin.
And it starts off, when we start showing you some befores and afters, you'll think, oh, well, it's for irritated skin. But it's not just for irritated skin. It's for skin that is requiring, loving anti-aging ingredients. And that's what you've got.
And it's rare to get the two in one range. I think if you do have redness or irritation or quite sensitive skin or skin issues, you're guided towards something that's going to be calming. But then that calming doesn't actually help you with your anti-aging, and sadly we're all aging, so whilst you're trying to cope with one thing, you still want to have something that's anti-aging. So this isn't just for people with sort of irritated skin, it's an amazing anti-aging.
Any age, any ethnicity, any skin type, and we'll talk to Diane, the expert.
In love with it.
Hayley
Honestly,
can't stop using it.
It is my number one. Since we did this range, I can't remember how many weeks ago it was, I haven't used anything else since, and the difference to my skin is incredible. But let's look at the difference to people like yourself at home that have thought, well, you know, I'll get it, I'll try it. This is amazing. And Diana's with us. She still actually treats people and, you know, looks after people's skin, always has for all the years she's been in the skincare industry. And I know some of these are clients of yours that have come to you with issues saying, please help me. What should I use?
And I think it's that moment when somebody's skin changes, how they feel, especially if they've never had problematic skin, and maybe get into their 40s and 50s and suddenly see this change. And as you say, Hayley, it's more about somebody who has reactive skin or problematic skin. That's the first thing you want to treat. But if you've got that redness and irritation in the skin, your skin often looks older than its sort of true skin years, because it's going through so much irritation.
Well, you can see that the skin is so rough and leathery, isn't it? When you look beyond the redness, if you actually look at the skin and the pores under the lip area and on the chin area, really tough.
Absolutely. And if you if you just saw that image on the left of the before and said, how old is that person? I think you would probably say, I would say, probably late 60s, maybe early 70s. If I looked at the picture after, I'd go, 50s, just into 50s.
Early 50s.
So you can see the way texture, tone, density, open pores, redness can affect the physical age of the skin. So this Defence collection is all about how we soothe, we support, we rebuild the skin. So if you've got the irritation, or even if you haven't got that redness, and that's
still for you, isn't it?
It's not just sort of an antibacterial collection for people who are suffering with reactive skin. It's also primarily an anti-aging collection.
I think
that's the difference.
For a lot of people, if you look beyond the redness in that before and just see the roughness to the skin, I've seen lots of sort of people going into their later years that their skin has gone like that, and I'm sure they probably feel it's too late, there's nothing I can do now, but we can see there is something you can do.
Absolutely something you can do. And I think when a lot of the time in skincare, I mean, there's lots of big words used, you know, people will be like, what's a free radical? Like, who cares what a free radical is?
What's it going to do?
What's it going to do? And when we talk about things like antioxidants, they go like, I don't know what an antioxidant does. So for me, it's the sort of trying to get people to understand things that attack the skin every day. So whether that be environmental, pollution, stress, you could be on medication and see a change in your skin. You could have had some health issues that make you see a change in your skin. All of those things are free radicals. And what we need to do is add an antioxidant to neutralise them.
Right.
Okay, so that's how the skin ages, sort of in a simplistic form. If we talk about vitamin E, and this is the bit that gets me, that dragon's blood is perceived to be up to 20 times more potent. So when you see those results and people go, how's that achievable? Dragon's blood is 20 times, or up to 20 times more potent than vitamin E. And we all love vitamin E.
I think lots of people will understand.
Soft, beautiful. So think times that by 20 times, and vitamin C, it's one of the most renowned beauty ingredients out there.
Yeah.
Great for anti-aging, great for hyperpigmentation, great for luminosity, for vitality in the skin. Dragon's blood is up to 5 times more potent than vitamin C. So when people say, what does it do? The list, I could just sit here and wax lyrical for hours. Oh, it does this, it does this, it does this.
This is what we're looking at right now. This is the actual dragon's blood, isn't it? Because people, if they've just tuned in and think, dragon's blood, what's this all about?
Yeah.
No dragons were harmed.
No dragons were harmed.
And I've discovered dragons aren't real, which is really disappointed me.
No trees were harmed.
No trees were harmed. So this is actually a tree, and it's the sap from the tree.
It is. It's a red resin that comes from the tree. So this beautiful tree it's something called the Croton lecleri tree. They're absolutely beautiful, huge, but it looks so gnarly, sort of the branches. And I think because the sort of the vegetation, the greenness is just on the top, you see all these really gnarled branches beneath. And the local population call it the dragon tree because it's like sort of dragons, it's coming out. And especially if they're moving, you know, it looks like it's a physical. When they cut these branches, they make this Y incision and the resin is bright red. So, of course, it's become known as dragon's blood. It comes from the tree, but it's the blood of the dragon tree.
And the tree isn't harmed at all either. They just sort of do like a V. So
like a V, it's almost like a V incision. So it literally...
So it creates a bit like a tap.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the resin literally drips out for the extraction process.
And then it heals itself.
But then it heals itself.
Love
and
that.
because
That's great, isn't it?
The taspine, so it targets the redness. Taspine is super healing. You've got all the properties from the tree, which then help to heal the tree itself, so it can be recut to get more resin.
Now, we should give you a quick run round of what's included, because you get 5 pieces in total. So just let us know the 5 pieces, Di, if you would, and then we'll go deeper. Full
collection, you've got your antibacterial daily cleanser, so great for morning and evening use. You've got 2 separate serums, so you've got here your wrinkle reducer serum, and you've also got a super lift serum, so great to use one of a morning, one of an evening, perfect combination. And then you top those off with either your anti-aging, your calming day moisturiser, or your restoring nighttime moisturiser. So full 5-piece collection, so you can cleanse, serum and hydrate with your moisturiser of a day, and repeat the same process with the right products of an evening.
Now, ERC we have had with us for many, many months, but actually this is a brand new range from ERC. ERC is Epidermal Research Centre, and if you go onto their website, you can actually buy the Defence range. Have a little look at the prices, and do look elsewhere for prices of ranges that do have dragon's blood in them. You can see there the wrinkle reducer, which is one of the 5 pieces in our bundle, is £99 on its own. Our bundle is $79.99.
Don't even have to pay that today. If you're paying online, you can spread the cost with PayPal Pay in 3. However, Di, explain why you do this range for us at this kind of price, because when we talk about testers, those little testers you get on a magazine.
Because this tallies up
get me like this now.
Absolutely. This tallies up to £413 practically of product, but you're allowing us to have it for $79.99. How is that, and why is that?
The reason, it's the skincare junkie in me. You have got to. If somebody gives you a little 2ml, 5ml, it gets me so frustrated, because literally you're going to use that for maybe a day or 2. Yes, you can feel the texture, but can you really see a visible difference to your skin?
Not into a day, no.
Not in one application, really, isn't it?
So what we totally believe in is giving you full-size products so you get them home. You truly feel how they feel on the skin, what they do to your skin. You see that results process 4, 5, 8 weeks later.
Right.
Because that gives your skin, your cellular renewal process usually takes anything between around 28 to 35 days, okay? So from a new skin cell coming up, you've got to give it that length of time. Now, we get results within 4 weeks, okay? Some of our collections in 3 weeks. But naturally, you're talking 28 to 35 days. So by giving you full sizes, basically at tester prices, it means you really get to grips with the collection and see what it can do for you.
Yeah, you get the benefits
why we do
for
it.
your skin. When we look at these befores and afters, again, obviously always individual results will vary. We always say that. But the great thing about this skincare is we've talked about the irritation, but massively anti-aging as well.
And I think it's the anti-aging aspect that we all want something, you know, we want to feel good in our skin, don't we? Sure, we all want
Yeah,
it. If we
you
can
do.
knock a few years off
Yes,
that.
Absolutely,
please.
yes.
But by sort of re-educating your skin to behave in a more youthful manner, that's what we're trying to do. So we're trying to turn back the clock on the things that make us look older, okay? So the hyperpigmentation, the change of the red and the brown pigments in the skin, the texture of the skin can really make us look so much older than what we actually are. If we've got that thickening, especially on sort of the chin area.
Go very tough, can't it? Yeah.
It can go tough. It can look literally 10, 15 years older than what it actually is.
What you said, that leathery,
It's that leathery
texture.
look. It is that, you know, beautiful soft leather. It's great, but it's got that grained look to it. And that can so happen on the chin area. It can also happen on this décolleté on
Yes.
the chest area. And if you've been a sun worshipper, you know, I remember back in the day, it was Factor Burn used to go on, you know,
Shocking, weren't we?
even being educated as a therapist, Factor Burn, because a tan was in. So it's all about, it's not what you've done this summer, last summer, the year before. It's go back 20 years, 30 years. It's that historical damage in the skin that now we really need to focus on and try and turn back the clock as much as
And what you've done with the Defence range is it's using all these incredible ingredients, but at the right amounts. Because sometimes you can buy a product that's got an ingredient in, but if it hasn't got the right amount of that ingredient, it's not really going to do what it's meant to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's not doing anything. It's not beneficial to the skin. So when we talk about cosmetics, cosmetic creams are beautiful. They smell nice, they feel nice, they're great textures. When we look at things from the pharmaceutical side of the industry, they tend to not really have a scent, they're very active, and they're super high levels, which normally is irritating to the skin, which is great, but if you almost cause a reaction in order to get the skin to heal itself.
Yeah.
Right.
What we do is find that beautiful middle point.
Perfect.
So it smells nice, it feels nice, it's sensorial, it's great on the skin, but we've got the activity level that works without sort of totally resurfacing the skin or leaving you red and raw. It's all about being sort of counterintuitive, basically, and getting the best of both worlds, meet it in the middle, and that's how.
And that's why this range is pretty much for everybody. Is it every skin type?
Every skin type, age. So you may just be reactive, you could have hormonally changing skin. Right now you could just be going through a really stressful stage in your life. You might be 30, you might be 60. You could have just changes, you know, in your everyday life. Maybe you've been on long-term medication and that's really taken its toll on your skin. If you've been ill, you know, we've seen, I will say, lots of like COVID and things again coming surfacing lately. So if you've been feeling a little bit run down, the first place that's going to show is your skin, your hair. That's where you, and you think, oh,
So
look
true.
in the mirror.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
what can I do to pick myself up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Switch up your skincare.
So 5 pieces. Let's go through all the pieces now if we can, because they all complement each other as well, don't they?
Absolutely. But if you've already got something at home that you love or you've just opened,
Okay.
don't bin it. Please don't bin it. Just put this to one side and mix in your next serum and your moisturiser, and then say, as your cleanser runs out, then add this
Add as
to
you
your
go.
collection.
Right.
Yeah, the thing with epidermal is that you can always mix and match.
Fabulous.
So please don't waste product. That's the beauty therapy. Beauty
Yeah,
therapy.
yeah, no,
Don't throw it
absolutely.
away. Don't throw it away. So with this, oh, we love this.
This is the cleanser, and
This
it
is the cleanser.
stunning.
And the top tip.
I love the top tip as
The
well.
top tip.
So good.
When this comes brand new, this will have a little silver seal here, or gold seal, okay? Please don't peel it off, because what we do is you will then take it and squeeze like that, and you'll just use too much,
Loads
okay?
come out, yeah.
We don't need that much. So what we do need to do is take a pin, put a little pin prick in,
It's a
so when
great
you
tip.
squeeze it, you
You're not
only
wasting
need,
anything.
you're not wasting it, you need about the size of a 5p piece.
There's loads of things that you should do that with, because there's so many things that you just tip it over and you've got an absolute handful, and you can't get it back in. So
Exactly,
you throw
and
it.
it's gone.
Yeah.
And you've probably then wasted, I would say, 3 or 4 days worth of
Yeah.
cleanser. So literally, it's, you know, it's designed for that viscosity, that size of the hole, you know, all of those random things we take into account when it's developed. But then reality is, pop a pinprick in.
Yeah,
It'll last
it's a
much
really
longer.
good top tip, that.
Yep.
So we're adding water to
So
this.
we add water.
And this is going to cleanse the skin and take our makeup off.
Absolutely. So this is divine. It's really, really smooth. Come on then, Sean.
Oh, I'm back in. I'm back in.
Look at that. It looks so creamy, doesn't it?
And that's there. Do you want a little bit on the
Oh,
back of
please,
it?
thank
This is
you.
yours.
Oh,
You can do your own.
I
I can't reach that far.
absolutely
She's going to make
love
me swap
this.
seats in a minute. I can feel it coming on.
But it's this texture. So imagine your skin is dry, it's tired, it feels almost sore. Skin, when it's really, really reactive, it feels almost sore. This is smooth, it's really, really silky. And you just work this all over the skin, okay? It's not going to be eaten into the skin, so it will literally sit on the surface like this. So again, if you're a gent and you want to shave, you've also got a little bit of foam that's going to take
Oh,
that
nice.
off.
Nice.
So you
Right.
could actually
Oh, that's
shave.
nice
Oh,
idea.
I'll be borrowing this as well
Lovely.
now.
No way.
just
God,
a
like,
quick
stop
top-up.
giving him these ideas.
Quick top-up light shade.
That's a great
That's
idea,
great
yeah.
because it's soft, it's conditioning the skin. You've got that gorgeous, super gentle alpha hydroxy acids in there. You've got that citric acid. So it's taking off anything dead, anything dry.
Right.
And when the skin looks really flat and dull, that tends to be because you've got this layer of dead or dry skin on the surface. So by using this every day, twice a day, you're keeping on top of that dead skin and you're removing it really, really gently each and every
And that
cleanse.
greyness to your skin that can cause, can't it? So
Absolutely.
really, just after cleansing, your skin looks so much brighter.
brighter. And the thing is, and then you're literally
Oh.
just going to take your face cloth and you're literally, or you're going to splash water all over.
Right.
I'm going to
Rinse it away.
And that's all I do now. For
Sure.
years, and I don't like to admit this, but for years, I actually used
Yeah.
wipes.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise, and I did have terrible skin when I was young, and I didn't realise that I wasn't helping my skin at all because I wasn't cleansing my skin properly.
And I think so many people use wipes because they're easy. But if you've got a cleanser, Hayley, that will literally take you 30 seconds, then by using a wipe, if you think of a wipe, when it goes over the surface of the skin, cleanser is, think of it almost like a washing machine.
Yes.
Cleansers are they're slipping in and out of the pores, okay? So they're having this sort of like tumble effect to extract any dirt, grease, grime, debris. It's taking that away. A lot of cleansers will almost act, I want to say almost like a magnet. So they attract and bind anything dirty, dead, dry, so that when you then wipe away, you've got clean skin. Versus a wipe. So a wipe doesn't have that pulling power in effect.
It really explained what you said before. It's like moving it around.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, I want to say, you know, it's like a child with veg on a
And
plate.
just moving it
around the
And they sort of go, yeah, it's nearly gone, it's nearly gone.
It's a bit like a stain on a carpet. If you go and get some kitchen roll and try and rub it away, it might look a little bit better,
Yeah.
but it hasn't
just
gone.
spread it around.
But if you go and get the carpet, washer
Exactly.
and wash it, it's gone.
And that's exactly why cleansers, because people often say, well, do I need a toner with it? No, you don't. And the simplicity of that is because cleansers are now so much more advanced, they're more developed. So traditionally, toners were always there to rebalance the pH levels of the skin. Today, cleansers can do that all by themselves.
Because your skin can feel quite tight after some cleansers and feel like it really needs a treatment, whereas after this cleanser, you feel like you've had a treatment, your skin actually feels.
Like it says, it's gentle.
Yes. Yeah,
It's great
beautiful.
if you've got fragile or irritated skin
I
again.
think any sensitivity, any redness. So for me, it's always sensitive, sensitized, or fragile. Okay, so sensitive skin, it's naturally sensitive. Sensitized is generally because it's become sensitized to or from a product. Fragile skin could be because of stress, because of the environment. So you may fall into one of those categories. It may not be a permanent skin category for you. So if you've got that sort of fragility or sensitivity of the skin, it may not last forever, but treat it whilst it's there to help your skin into that recovery process.
Now, just hearing how busy we are, we've actually got now more people ordering than what we've already sold. You do desperately need to check those baskets out. Please don't sit at home and think, oh, shall I, shan't I? Take that small step today, especially if you're splitting that cost with PayPal Pay in 3, to give you that confidence back. To be able to look in a mirror and feel that you can see that difference in your skin. And don't think this is just for sensitive skin. It's amazing on sensitive skin. It's amazing on redness, rosacea and things such as that. Absolutely incredible. But I'm using it, and I did used to have terrible skin when I was sort of teenage years. I used to have my hair on my face all the time because I'd always got spots here, and I had a terrible forehead for many, and really, really conscious, and really stopped me doing things, if I'm honest. I didn't go to parties because I was so conscious of my skin. So if you have got those issues, this could be absolutely perfect for you. But touch wood, now my skin is the best it's probably been, crazily, in my 50s. How is that? And that it's down to finding that right skincare. And I've been using this only for probably about 4 weeks now. And oh my goodness, it's my absolute #1. And I'm not using it to get rid of any redness, though sometimes I do have flare-ups, and I'm finding that, touch wood again, I'm not getting those. But actually, it's the anti-aging properties.
All those benefits are there as well. So it doesn't matter
those ingredients.
what skin type you are, what ethnicity you are. If you do have those issues, and we'll share some reviews with you a little bit later. In fact, let's share the reviews now, because we've just mentioned rosacea, and a couple of these reviews do mention those skin irritations. Obviously, again, individual results always vary, but this from Dana says, this is the only serum that keeps my acne rosacea under control. It smells amazing, takes the redness out of my skin and stops those hormonal spots from appearing overnight. Irritated skin, brilliant, isn't it?
This is me.
Yeah.
Right.
Now,
Because I am absolutely suffering from hormonal rosacea breakouts. So every morning I get up. This morning was a good day, so I probably only had 8 or 9 little spots today. If I don't stick with my dragon's blood, that can be 80 or 90 spots.
Now, do you mean like little patches, or?
They are like little whiteheads, so they're pustular. They're like, almost like water spots. And they predominantly are always here onto my nose, but they can break out onto my chin, they can come here, they can come onto the sides and tops of my cheeks, rarely onto my forehead, but primarily this triangle. And every single day I have a ×25 magnifying glass, and the first thing I do is get up, the kettle goes on, I swig the collagen, and then once I've had my cuppa, I'm straight back into the bedroom.
Let's have a look.
I hook it over and I look to see what do I need to get rid of today. Now, if I don't use my dragon's blood, it's off the chart. It's insane. So the only way I manage it, yes, I still get a few breakouts, but it seriously is nothing
in comparison without.
If I don't. What I should really do is probably go through the pain and not use it for a couple of days and take some pictures for you so you can see it's
But why would you want to do that?
I wouldn't want it, but I want to show how what it can do, because it's ridiculous. Yeah. It really is ridiculous.
And like we were saying, the difference it makes to your confidence if you had that.
Well, obviously, the job that you're in, you need to have great-looking skin. But anybody that's in contact with anybody, if you've got bad skin, you'll feel that's all the person is talking to. They're not listening to anything you say. They're looking. And
I think as well, for me, it's very much like, oh, she's the skincare expert.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
But look at her skin. And I think because it's totally hormonal, and the other thing is it can go so flaky. So trying to apply makeup, so The cleanser is an absolute saviour for me. That gentle sort of lactic and citric acid, because literally I will have flakes. It looks like I've been on holiday, got really sunburned, and everything is flaking off just on my nose. It's all peeling off on my nose.
Gosh.
It's the most bizarre thing. And then underneath, it's like with eczema and psoriasis, because that cellular turnover is super, super rapid. So basically the skin cells aren't forming. So that's why the skin looks so pink, so red, so aggravated. Because whereas your cellular turnover is normally quite, I would say, placid over that month, that 28 days, it's super, super, super fast. And that's exactly with the rosacea. So you get the redness, the broken capillaries can look really heightened, the flakiness is there, but then when that skin peels off, it's like baby skin again. It's like super pink, rosy skin, but then all these spots will come out with it.
Oh,
it's insane.
So it's multiple issues, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And that's something that's happened later on in your life. That's not something you've lived with.
It's that word. It's that word.
It's exactly that.
I'm in the middle of it.
Sean's going through the with me.
It's tough. But that's the one thing for me that totally changed.
Great.
Yes.
It is incredible, and it is. I really do think this is a life-changing range. And when you see the befores and afters that we've got, when you really look into Dragon's Blood, when you really look into the benefits of having all those key and right ingredients, not only to help with redness and irritation, but also anti-aging. So this is that perfect skincare for, I think, everybody.
For everyone, yeah. It's not. We'll talk a lot about irritation, but anti-aging is what this skincare is all about as well. It's reduced massively in price compared to the ERC website, and you've got a massive reduction for a 5-piece collection. When we look at ERC, and that's Epidermal Research Centre, who bring us the Defence range. This is the latest range. These are the usual prices that you see here. But remember, this is incredible skincare that supports and soothes the skin. It restores and repairs the skin, targets ageing, anti-aging. So it doesn't matter what skin type you are, what ethnicity you are. Age-wise, Diane, would you say there's a specific age, or is it across the board?
No, it could be somebody, say, in their 30s that's going through lots of hormonal change, 40s that's just starting to see that sort of decrease and change and starting to sort of the visible change of aging in the skin, 50s, menopausal area, 60s when they're getting more of that glycation, 70s when the glycation's already set in and the thickening of the skin. So literally you've got a collection that can span somewhere from, I would say, 35 plus.
Fabulous.
And just keep on going.
And what about shelf life? Because it's such a good deal if people wanted to multi-order.
Absolutely. So on the back of each and every one, you will see the lovely little sign, the little symbol there, which is the open pot symbol. Okay. And that tells you most of them are 12 months. But unopened, you've got up to 2 years. Keep it somewhere dark, somewhere cool.
Fabulous.
2 years shelf life.
And that's on all of the packaging.
That's on all of the
packaging. It will tell you. So the little open lid side is once opened.
Okay.
Okay, so that will show you
once you've opened
that it's a 6 month, a 3 month, a 9 month, a 12 month. It will show you exactly for each individual
But unopened.
product. Up to 2 years.
Up to 2 years,
yeah.
brilliant.
Sealed, dark, left in the box.
Great.
Up to 2 years, no problem at all.
Fantastic. Now, we've only covered one piece of a 5-piece collection.
There's so much to say, but the great thing is all these great ingredients are throughout the whole range. Where do we go after we've cleansed properly?
Straight into the serum.
Serums.
And people always say to me, why do I need to use a serum? Why a serum and a moisturiser? But this, serums think that they repair the skin, okay? So they're not just sort of like a fluffy layer. They're the most active part of your everyday routine, okay? So the cleanse does the deep dive, the gentle cleanse, that washing machine effect. Your serum is really the targeted approach to treating any ailments with your skin and treating that anti-aging segment of the skin. So 2 different ones here. Now you can use them, so your Super Lift Serum, I love this, and this is a personal preference. I love this of a morning time, and I prefer my wrinkle reducer of a night.
Right.
Okay? Because of texture, so if we look at the textures of them, this one is lovely like a serum, okay? But a couple of drops, so you can see the viscosity, the liquidness of this. Feels super light, but it's great, and this will be readily absorbed into the skin literally in seconds.
It feels absolutely beautiful, but you can virtually feel your skin drink it.
It's like a drink.
Yeah, I feel it's like that morning yogurt I have, that
Yes.
you know, or a NutriBullet. You know, it instantly
drink.
that
Yes.
goodness
Yes.
is going into my skin, and going into my body. It's working straight away.
Exactly, and that I think is the thing, that the second something goes on, you want to feel that it's doing
I love it.
something.
It's heaven.
But great, again, if you want more luminosity in the skin, so not only is this power packed with the dragon's blood, it's also got a great level of hyaluronic acid, so it helps to
which
plump
we
out the
love.
fine lines,
Yes.
perfect for thirsty skin. It's also got vitamin C, so great for vitality, luminosity, refreshing the skin, targeting hyperpigmentation.
Fabulous.
Green tea is in there as well. So we've got this absolutely eclectic mix of great ingredients, totally anti-aging, great for soothing the redness, but also there to really support and help barrier repair.
And we've got to remind you, everything is available individually
Yes.
at reduced prices. So if you want to go for the kit, the 5-piece collection, and then maybe add in extra pieces, what we'll do is we talk you through all the pieces. We'll put the individual prices at the bottom.
A lot of people do go for the extra serums, and I definitely would. These serums, I think, are some of the best I've ever used, honestly. I absolutely love them. And of course, this was so hot off the press that our very first show, we didn't even have it available. It was still being produced, wasn't it? And boxed and sorted.
Absolutely. And I think now that you've got, which is your favourite, Hayley?
Oh, it's tricky. I am a bit like you. I do prefer this in the morning, and I prefer that at night. And I think it's perhaps texture that makes me think like that.
Agreed. I think it's texture, but I think, again, the texture that this is onto the skin
Cool.
is divine.
Because it's a little thicker, isn't it, than the...
ever so slightly thicker. But I think as well, this is like my comforter. So I know when I go to bed that this is preventing those spots the next day, but it's also giving me that anti-aging kick. And I think there's something about Wrinkle Reducer that the texture-wise of this, it's silky, silky soft. Your skin feels really, really conditioned after you've applied it. It's smooth, it sinks in. What I love about this of a night time is you don't feel that you waste any of it onto the pillow.
Yeah.
I have a huge thing because it's just gone in.
It sinks in.
The same with the night time, the restoring moisturiser, because otherwise, if there's nothing worse than going to bed tacky. It's a horrible sensation because you're like, ooh, what can I do with this?
Yeah.
So having something that just really goes straight into the skin makes the biggest difference.
And then you know it's getting to work. You know, you're getting the maximum benefits, aren't you? Diminishing visible signs of aging, massively important. Targeting wrinkles and fine lines. Fresher, brighter, more radiant skin. But on top of that, let's reiterate about the dragon's blood if we can, because the defence range has dragon's blood, but it's not the blood of a dragon.
It's not the blood of a dragon. It's a beautiful extract. It's a red resin extract that comes from something called the Croton leclerc tree. It is absolutely renowned for its soothing properties, its healing properties. It targets redness. It's super rich in things called polyphenols. They're great. They target all sorts of different things within the skin. So think of this as the beautiful red resin comes from this amazing tree known as by the locals as the dragon's tree, because it's so gnarly.
And they've used this sap, haven't they, for years?
Literally thousands. I think it goes back, don't quote me, I want to say something like 16 AD.
Wow.
1600 AD.
My goodness.
mean, it literally is thousands and thousands.
So it's
of
really
years.
historical.
It's an absolutely historical tree. Most of it, as a Amazonian population, have used it literally for decade after decade after decade, and they use it as a healing balm, things to soothe the skin, target redness, stings, bites, all of those things.
Interesting.
So because it's so rich in these polyphenols and taspine targets redness. So these are naturally occurring sort of compounds within the active ingredient, and then it all gets really techie. So it's all about how it's this super, super, super antioxidant rich. And I think I've described it before as like, remember Pac-Man?
Yes, you did.
Pac-Man is, you know, if you think of free radicals, so free radicals attack the skin. So they're a bit like the things that Pac-Man used to go after.
Oh, the ghosts.
So the ghosts. Yep. So they're all over the skin and they're aging us. They're coming from the environment. They're coming from the weather, climatic change. They're coming internally from stress. So free radicals are a huge part of everyday life, attacking the skin, you know, this largest living organ. Antioxidants neutralise. So basically, think of Pac-Man is your antioxidant. Here's your ghost. Here's your free radical, and along comes Pac-Man and he neutralises it.
Right.
So something that is super, super rich, antioxidant rich, 20 times more potent than vitamin E, antioxidant rich, 5 times more potent than vitamin C as far as antioxidant richness goes. This is off the charts, and this is, I think, why we love this. This is what, you know, when you get an ingredient and you're like, seriously?
Hang on.
How does that do that? And then you see those results, you see those before and afters, you hear the feedback, and you really do change somebody's life. You know, for me as a therapist, that's like that's a teary moment.
Absolutely, of course it is.
Seriously, like, what's that done to the skin?
It must be just incredible to see how people change as their skin changes,
what a great
and they get
feeling.
that confidence back. Such a great feeling. And look at the befores and afters. If we can have the befores and afters, it'll give you an idea of the difference that this can actually create. That's the under eye area, and here, and this again is using the whole range, we really do see a difference, and this is about 4 weeks?
This is 4 weeks. So look at that crepiness. If you look on sort of the V of the under eye bag, can you see the levels of dehydration?
Yes.
And see the redness? See, it's almost like a shadow. There's a greyness to the skin beneath the eye. All in that centre V, you can see like a sort of a discoloration to the skin. Look at the after picture and look at the side. Can you see that deeper set wrinkle straight from the natural, from the lash line out to the side?
Yeah, that longer one.
Gosh,
That long one. There's almost like a 3-prong. It's like a fork.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it is, yeah.
Then look at it on the after picture.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's those subtle changes. So yes, that skin, we can see it's targeted the crepiness, we can definitely see it's targeted the tone and the sort of the luminosity of the skin. But then when you sort of deeper dive and you go, actually, where's that deeper crease gone? Oh, that's softened. Or where's that sort of real crease and wrinkle gone? That's softened. And it's when you get that softening effect, you know, nothing is going to eradicate. Let's be realistic. Nothing's going to eradicate a deeper set wrinkle. But if you can soften a deeper set wrinkle, you're absolutely onto a win.
So massively anti-aging in this whole collection, but then we talk about the redness and the irritation to the skin, don't we?
So redness and irritation can occur at any time. So it might be naturally occurring from something that's happening in the body. It could be through external factors, pollution, environment, stress, attacking
So many things affect your skin, don't they? Stress, the medication you're on, you know, so many things you don't even think about and could create this later on in life. It doesn't have to be something you've lived with forever.
Absolutely. And I think this is normally what it can be quite scary to people. If they've always had pretty good skin and then all of a sudden, and especially if they're, I want to say, like 40s, 50s, 60s, and they suddenly get this outburst on the skin.
And they've always had
like,
good skin, yeah.
What do I do now? Like, seriously, what do I do? How can I get rid of this? And this is all about texture, tone, texture, the visible signs of aging to the skin. So that before image on the left, you can see how much older that skin looks.
Yeah.
So look, the chin area specifically, I mean, it's a beautiful image of the chin, because you can see it's that leathery effect, it's that tightening.
When you look past the redness, you really do see the skin is very sort of aged and tough.
Absolutely.
But in the after,
perfect.
It's amazing. I look instantly at that under lip area going down to the chin, and that skin is, it's like silk to like
Yeah,
sort of,
sandpaper.
yeah,
It is.
It is.
It's like-
It's exactly that. It has got that
great
sandpapery sort of
description, yeah.
look.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people do suffer with that as they get older. Why is that? Why does that happen?
It's again the sugars within the skin as the basically the compounds, the chemical changes in the skin. So if you think of like skin collagen, think of elastin, it's really, really abundant in our late 20s, early 30s. Then it starts to decline. So naturally, almost like the resilience of the skin starts to go in decline. Add in 10, 20, 30, 40 more years of environmental change and effect, lifestyle stress into the skin. And then we start to get something called glycation. So sugars in the skin start to harden. Okay, so there's natural sugars in the skin, ceramides in the skin that keep the skin really flexible start to decline. Things like natural hyaluronic in the skin starts to decline. So you've got this downward trajectory of all the good stuff of like that keeps the skin really bouncy, buoyant, gives it that density. It starts to go, and as all those triggers start to take effect, that's when the skin tissue almost goes thicker.
Right.
Yeah.
And the first place is normally here.
Yeah.
You'll always see it here on people. You see it here onto the chest area. It can go really, really leathery. And if you think of a beautiful, soft, supple leather, or if you think of a cheap copy like leatherette effect, that's the difference in the skin that you start to see. So naturally aged skin is soft, it's supple. Skin that is going through glycation, that is aging, can get that real sort of
Rough and
thickness,
toughness to
rough,
the skin.
Tough, yeah.
And
The
that
old leather handbag look.
Yeah, and that before and after really does show you that it's never too late to start.
Doesn't matter what age you're in.
Yeah.
A friend of my mum's, her skin's gone exactly like that, and I'm going to introduce her to this range because I know she feels that there's nothing that's going to make a difference, and it's because she's aged, and that's the way the skin.
It's like we always say with a range like this, it's not too late. It's never too late to give it a try. And remember, it is a 5-piece collection. We've still got to run through the day and the night cream. A huge saving across the usual prices. On ERC, it's over £400 for the complete collection. It's a £300 plus saving on the price that we've got tonight at $79.99. If you've just joined us, 968232 is the item number. Remember, PayPal Pay in 3 means £28.65 on your first of £3 if you want to spread the cost online.
And hand on heart, for me, this has been one of the best skincare ranges that I've ever used. The serums are just stunning. Please, if you're thinking, should I, shouldn't I? Yes, you should. Treat yourself. Look in the mirror and feel confident again. Get the skin back that you wanted. And remember, this is working for you anti-aging wise, but also for if you do have that bit of irritation. Or perhaps you have a lot of irritation. Perhaps you've struggled with your skin for years and nothing's worked for you. This is for all of you. I'd say from around about your 30s right through to your 70s, your 80s. So, you know, why should we, you know, age without any assistance to help us look that little bit fresher and younger and get our confidence back? And that's what this is all about. Invest in yourself. It's time to treat yourself and feel better about you.
And once again, so many of you are going for the offer of that bundle. It's a brilliant deal. We're going to give you a couple of minutes to check your baskets out, indeed. Don't forget, you can watch us here on ITV1 and STV, usually around midnight through to 3 a.m. But we've also got a Freeview channel now. You can watch us in the daytime on channel 89 Freeview.
ShopOnTV also broadcasts every day from midnight to 6 p.m. on Freeview Channel 89, with an even wider range of must-have products at market-beating prices. So, check your electronic programme guide for the latest show schedule and tune in daily to grab the offers while they're still available. There's more to see with ShopOnTV. At ShopOnTV, our goal is to provide you with the best shopping experience possible. Our team of shopping experts is dedicated to sourcing the latest, greatest and most desirable products at the lowest prices available, delivering them to you quickly and conveniently and ensuring your complete satisfaction. We're passionate about maintaining the highest standards of quality and service every step of the way from design to dispatch. You'll find us on ITV1 and STV from midnight to 3 a.m, Freeview Channel 89 from midnight to 6 p.m, and on YouTube at ShopOnTV Live. Our daily broadcasts are your TV window into the global marketplace, presenting you with a collection of carefully curated must-have items, demonstrated by our on-air team with honesty, integrity and trust. Plus, there's even more in our online store at shopontv.co.uk. So when it's time to shop, shop on TV. At Shop on TV, our shows feature a carefully curated collection of must-have items at budget-friendly prices. Many of our prices offer discounts and savings, bonus products, or other desirable perks such as free postage and packing that are for a limited time only, or while stocks last. There are exclusive online-only offers on our website too at shopontv.co.uk. So, be sure to bag the bargains before they're gone. Watch, shop and save with Shop on TV.
Wow, great to have your company. Do always watch us, of course, on Freeview 89, but always join us in the evenings as well here on ITV1 and STV from around about midnight till 3 a.m. You turned on the right time today, because if you're hating your skin, if you look in the mirror, and you really do, and we all do it, you look in the mirror and wish you didn't have that irritation. You wish you looked a little bit younger, and nothing's worked for you. And it does knock your confidence. I think it stops you doing things.
Massively.
Yeah.
Well, I remember years ago you went for a job once and you had irritated
I had
skin at
really
the time,
bad
and you
skin.
came back straight away. You were like, I'm not going to get that.
Yeah,
They just looked at my
I
skin.
was certain that all they looked at was my skin and didn't listen to anything I said, and they didn't give me the job. I think it was either
wasn't as glamorous
it
as
was either
television.
in Woolworths
It
or
was in a-
Sainsbury's.
it was
I'm
in a
not quite sure.
supermarket.
It was one of those. I can't remember. And I really felt that the reason I didn't get the job is because my skin looked
You did,
so
didn't you? I remember
so
you coming
bad.
back being really upset because
But
the skin, she thought that was the reason. You thought that was the reason.
And when I was young, because I did have really bad, and I used the wrong products on it. I made it more irritated. You know, I've got white marks on my neck actually. And our nephews and nieces, your side, were little, you say, why have you got white freckles on your neck, Auntie Hayley? And it's scarring from me putting the wrong product onto sort of acne and things. But it made me quite paranoid, and I didn't go to parties, I didn't do certain things because I felt I didn't have the confidence to go out.
And I think it does, your skin impacts how you feel so much. And I think people, if
mood.
You've got mood. If people have got really good skin, you don't think about it. And then all of a sudden, if something changes, and for a lot of women especially, that's sort of perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause. So they're starting to go through that aging process, but then may get extra sensitivity, fragility, breakouts, acne, rosacea. For men, it can be, often I find men sort of 40s, 50s. I chuckled the other day actually, and I said to my husband, "You getting a turkey neck?" And he went, I can't actually say what he said to me, but let's just say the answer was, "No, I'm not." And I was like, "You've not been putting that moisturiser on, have you?" And he was like, "Yes, I have." And I was like, "Liar, I can see, look at the dehydration."
Fabulous.
And I think it is, and then all of a sudden I have noticed he's been in.
Funny, isn't it? Yeah.
Like, since I pointed it out.
Yeah.
But I think if something changes with your skin, you don't feel as confident. You know, I have people in the clinic all the time who come in and say like, "There's nothing you can do with this." Of course there is. There's always something we can do.
This Defence collection as well, Diane, it's the latest one from ERC, isn't it? It's such great value. We've covered 3 pieces and we will go over them again. We've still got to get to the day and the night cream. How do you do such great value for us? Because it does, on your website, on the ERC website, I should say, it adds up to over £400.
It does. It does. It's about £413. Well, look at each individual item.
It is. Don't get us wrong.
Look at Dragon's Blood in other brands and you'll see it's worth every single penny. But if we just looked at the wrinkle reducer, £99 for one item, we're actually getting 5 items for less than paying for that one because it's £79.99 for all 5 pieces. It works out at £15.99 per item, which you would struggle now in a supermarket to buy a skincare
in that high street chemist that we all go to.
I was actually really shocked the other week. I often go out and do a little bit of research and have a little meet, you know, what's new, who's brought that out, oh, that's a mass market one, let's see what that is. And I was really surprised the other week because an average of everything I picked up in a well-known pharmacy, shall we say, was between £30 and £40 and on offer for like £25.99.
So high street.
I was like, seriously? And of course, then, you know, kid in a sweet shop with ingredients. I was there.
Picking up.
I was like, well, what's in there?
Then? Can I help you, madam?
No. Just let you know. So, I can recommend something. Absolutely. But yeah, I was really surprised. So at this price for 5 full-sized pieces is really insane, because if you went to just pick anything up off the shelf, say, right, I need a new day and nighttime moisturiser, realistically that's going to set you back probably £50-60 these days. And that's just in the supermarket you pick one up, but how efficacious is it? And that would be my question. Yes, it might be 20 quid. What's it going to do for your skin?
And then when we talk about the department stores, when you go to those high-end counters, you can be talking hundreds of pounds for one cream.
Absolutely, hundreds of pounds. And I think, you know, I will hold my hands up. Rewind 20 years, and I was probably really quite a skincare snob until I understood activity of ingredients much more and started working much more with the chemists, like collaborating with how the development was taking place. And then all of a sudden you start to understand, you know, always knew what an active ingredient was and how things worked in the skin. But then when you start to look at how we can source it from all over the globe, how everything is made here in the UK, it's all of those things, and finding that real efficacious level, that's the difference. And when you see some of those £200-300 pots of creams, I'm like, oh, that's
why?
That's
Are we talking about the name, the marketing, the superstar who endorses it?
Absolutely, and we don't do any of that. And people will probably say, oh, I've never heard of that name, or I've never heard of that collection. And that's because we don't do that investment into that celeb endorsement, because we trust the product. We know it's results driven, and we would much rather give you full sizes rather than a sample, give you a full size at basically a trial price, because we know you'll then get to see. We trust in it and believe in it that much.
And when you look at the results as well, the customer studies that they've done, and this is you getting this home and trying this, look at these, 100% of users love the way the wrinkle reducer absorbs into the skin, and that's so important, isn't it, with the serum?
There's 2 things. Why you would repeat purchase something, okay? What it does to your skin, how it feels on your skin. So when something's absorbed, you know, if I said, right, Hayley, take this home, you can feel 9 out of 10, nearly 10 out of 10 people felt that the wrinkle reducer made the appearance of their skin more smooth.
Fabulous. And there's pages of these.
And this is just one of the pieces that we're talking about. This is just the wrinkle reducer.
97, 97, 93. Skin was more smooth, more moisturised. Again, the appearance of the skin was more smoothed. 100% of users love the way the wrinkle reducer absorbs into the skin. Absolutely every person that tried it.
And that is really important, absorption, isn't it? Because I've used moisturisers in the past where like you were saying, it leaves your skin really tacky. It feels like it's just not sunk into the skin. This is very different, isn't it?
Very different. And again, it's how things work. It's the technology within the systems of the creams and the serums, how things go into the skin. If you're using something right now at home and you apply that onto the skin and it feels sticky or tacky, it doesn't sink in, your skin is telling you, your skin's talking to you, it's saying it's too much, it's too rich, the consistency isn't great, because all you're doing is wasting that product. So something that's applied to the skin should be absorbed in seconds, okay? If it's not, it's not doing what you need it to do. It's sat on the surface. You're basically just sort of, you know, think of that as in pound notes and coins.
Yes, yeah.
It's just sat there, and then you go, okay, thanks
Why
very
not?
much, bye, and you pop it in the bin. It's insane. So it's all about getting things that really work but are absorbed. None of us like that sticky skin.
No.
You
No.
hate sticky skin. Sticky skin
And you
to me is
can't-
like sweaty skin.
Oh, yeah,
You
it's
don't want-
horrible.
you don't want
And you
that.
can't apply makeup onto
can't.
that, you know, because your makeup goes horrible if there's a layer left.
Patchy. It's that patchy look then that you get.
It sort of rolls and it's
Pills on
It
the
rolls,
skin,
it
doesn't
rubs, it peels. It's like you're doing some form of exfoliation without the exfoliator.
Yeah.
You're taking everything off, and really all you want is your makeup to sit on the surface of a lovely smooth skin.
Yeah.
So all the investment goes into how this feels, how it's absorbed. If you've got something at home that is sticky, tacky, it's time to switch up your skincare routine.
And I always feel as well with my skin, when I did have those sort of creams that left a layer, it irritated my skin. And honestly, when you see the befores and afters for this, when you see how this is working for anti-aging, but also working if you do have irritation, if you have that sensitive skin, if you're going through that time of life where your skin is changing, your hormones are changing. There's so many times through life where your skin can be different to what it was, and didn't even realise down to stress.
Yeah.
Or perhaps tablets that you're taking.
Well, Di
and
was
things
saying
like that.
things like pollution, the atmosphere that you
Yeah.
work in. Like I remember our skin when we used to do the Ideal Home Show, and the hours were bonkers,
We were
weren't
grey.
they? There were 12-hour days
Yeah.
locked inside an exhibition centre. You saw
For like
no
a month.
outside. You know, it was dark when you went in, dark when you went home. It was a month at a time. And like Hayley said, we'd come home and our skin would be so different. And that's why, isn't it? All those things
Totally.
affect it.
If you think about lights, think about you've got UV pollution,
Yes.
you've got light pollution. Think about all the devices and
The
things
blue
that-
light you
the
get from
blue
your
light,
phones, your tablets, computers, that's all damaging your skin,
all
isn't it? And aging it.
Aging. All of that is aging the skin. Add into that UV radiation, UVA, UVB. Add in pollution. So, you know, if you're more around, if you're in a city versus, say, the countryside, if you're more outdoorsy than inside. Right now, we're aging. Right now in the studio, we're however many levels underground.
Take Diane out.
But we're aging.
Take her out of the studio.
UVA rays are coming in, whether we like it or
Yeah.
not. It's under attack.
It's so true, yeah.
So when we talk about something that a collection that is super, super antioxidant rich, we've got to neutralise that pollution.
Yeah.
And though that free radicals that attack the skin need to be neutralised, because otherwise it's like we just turn on the clock of aging and go,
Yeah.
oh, let's just fast
Here we
forward
go.
a few years. Yeah, it's fine. It's
No
all
thanks.
okay.
Nobody
And that's why
wants
the
that.
defence range is so good, because you've got all those key ingredients at the right levels that will, you know, help make that difference.
And that does make the difference. So yes, it will feel great on the skin. Yes, it's results driven, and that's what we'll want at the end of the day. At the same time, having activity levels that make a visible difference. I can't stress that enough, because sometimes, if I give you an example, a client came to me a few months ago and her skin was almost thin, okay? And I said to her, talk me through what you've been using. And she said, oh, well, I'm using some alpha hydroxys. I said, great. She said, I'm using some retinol. I said, okay. She went, I've got some vitamin C in there. And she must have reeled off about 7 different acids. And I was like, you know, you can sort of feel everything. Everything. And she said, and her skin was beautiful, but it was aged. The dehydration levels were absolutely off the charts. And she went, I'm starting to get this redness in my skin. And I said, because your skin is crying out to be left alone.
Bless.
Like all you're doing. But she'd seen adverts,
Yeah.
she'd seen social, what's this, what's that. And so she'd been trying a little bit of everything, but not understanding that the levels of activity was basically just stressing her skin out completely.
Gosh.
A couple of weeks later, very different result. But I think unless we understand how sort of skincare can work, I think we see so much out there that we get a bit bamboozled.
Oh, it's confusing. It's so confusing.
Yeah.
You see one advert and you think, oh, that'll probably be great
that's
for
for
me.
me.
And then you see another advert, you think, oh, that's probably great for me. I've got a drawer full of creams that I've bought because I've seen an advert and thought that's right for me, and then it didn't work for me. It upset my skin, so I didn't use it again. It's finding something. The great thing with ERC is they've done the hard work.
They've done the research.
That's
research centre, remember.
That's it, and they've got the right ingredients and the right amounts.
The right levels.
To help
and with
get
this
those
defence
results.
system, completely anti-aging, but also about that irritation.
Yes.
If you have any irritation, the reviews that we've got that talk about irritation are brilliant as well.
They are, absolutely.
And when you read some of these, if you have some of these types of irritation, well, take a look. Absolutely love this product. It's really calmed my rosacea. My skin looks much brighter. Rosacea, Diane, explain if anybody doesn't know what that is.
Rosacea tends to be from hormonal reactions. Okay. So rosacea is a trigger point in the skin. And people talk about rosacea, acne rosacea. So sort of normal rosacea, very reddening of the skin. You might get lots of broken capillaries in the area. It's a trigger response from the anti-inflammatory system. Okay.
Right.
So rosacea may be triggered through hot and spicy food, temperature, heat changes. So rises in temperature or coldness can really trigger rosacea. Hormonal responses can trigger rosacea. Then you've also got acne rosacea, so which is people like me, who on the surface the skin isn't particularly red, but what they will find is they get an acne response. So they get the redness and they get these like blisters and breakouts and spots that just literally appear in seconds. So rosacea is a inflammatory reaction within the skin. You also get people...
And can it be male and female?
Absolutely. Tends to be more female, but men often, and years ago they'd say, oh, he's a drinker. Because he gets the red nose.
We've got a friend who really struggles with redness.
Rosacea.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they'd be like, he likes a tipple, but it'll be the redness and that inflammation in the skin.
Right.
So dragon's blood is all about how we target the redness, how we soothe, but how we have something that is absolutely off the scale antioxidant rich to target the aging process at the same time.
Could we see that before and after?
So multi-purpose, isn't it?
Everything you've just said, I think, is shown in this before and after. Because initially and instantly, you look at the redness and you see, well, it's gone. And you're like, oh my goodness, that is life-changing.
Yes.
But look past the redness. That is amazing and that is incredible if you do have that, you know, that irritation or rosacea or things such as that. But look past that and then look at the actual skin under the redness and how rough that skin is. Like you said, sandpaper, the underlip area down to the chin, how rough that skin is before.
It's like pure dehydration. There is not 1 ounce of water or moisturisation in that skin. It is thickened, so you've got the early stages of what looks like glycation starting. You've got the sugars in that skin starting to harden. You can see how open the pores appear.
Yes.
All on that chin area.
And then look at the after.
Look at the after. So we know we can't physically shrink a pore, but visibly we can make the appearance of a pore look more small, which has happened there. The redness has gone. The clarity and elasticity of the skin, the tone and the texture of the skin has changed.
It's even, isn't it? And there's luminosity there as well.
Absolutely. And it's that
looks so much healthier
to the skin.
Yeah.
But it knocks years off it.
Yes,
That's what
definitely.
for me is like, it's insane.
Well, it does, because then if you look to the nose to mouth lines, how much softer they are. Look at the Mariette lines by the edge of the actual lips. What a massive difference between the two.
Huge difference. And it's when you get past the redness and you look at that texture, look at the depth of wrinkle. And that for me is especially, you know, nasolabial lines here. So that deep set crease, we often see that changing as we lose elasticity in the skin as we age. It increases and gets much, much deeper.
Yeah.
But look at that after picture, you can see, you know, that sort of the fold of the cheek, almost like the jowl of the cheek, is so much more.
It's like opened, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like somebody's gone, oh, we'll just
Yeah,
absolutely.
little lift there.
And it's quite unique to have one product that does all of this, from the irritation through to the anti-aging.
To have it all in one.
And that is the beauty of dragon's blood, and this is why this active ingredient is so unique.
Yeah.
And I think it's why it stood the test of time. And I think we then mix it with other amazing anti-aging ingredients. So you've got things like naturally occurring ingredients you'd find in the skin, stearic acid, hyaluronic acid, you know, you've got vitamin C, all of that great stuff's in there. But I think because this is a real easy collection, we're not saying you need to do 10 different steps.
No.
You know, do a basic
You need to do
3.
this for that, this
Cleanse,
for that.
apply your serum. Yes, please protect your eye area at the same time. Pop your moisturiser on. You're done. We like to keep it simple. I think because if it's simple, it's efficacious, it feels nice, it's absorbed rapidly, you stick with it and
You'll
follow
use it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
easy
And we've
to
got the
care.
whole collection
Yeah.
with 5 pieces.
we haven't even covered in this round the moisturisers that you get. You've got a day and a night moisturiser, full sizes once again in the collection. Everything included for $79.99. This is why so many have gone for it. But do check out if you've got it in a basket. If you want to spread the cost, $28.65 on your first of 3 interest-free PayPal payments online. 968-232. We were saying each item, so a full-size day cream, it works out at $15.99 an item.
Which is it's
Crazy.
insane.
You were
It
saying
is
in the high
absolutely
street.
crazy.
High street, and I literally, because you know, inflation, everything's gone up, and the other day I was like, I'm just going to go and be nosy.
Yeah.
As you
Another-
do.
let's have a
have another little mooch. And I was really shocked
Yeah.
because I was like, seriously? Like, those prices are insane for. And don't get me wrong, cosmetic products are beautiful. They work
Yeah.
great, you know,
Yeah.
they smell great, they feel great. But I was like, we're actually offering almost double strength because it's more towards the cosmeceutical side of the industry. It's active. We've got the results that prove what it can do within 4 weeks' time. It smells great. You use very little. And it's almost half the price.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It is,
Brilliant.
It's crazy.
It's something to be really proud of. So day cream wise,
Day
let's
cream.
take a look at the day
So
cream.
let's
shall
feel
we?
the day cream.
And don't
Okay.
forget, in the bundle you have got the cleanser, you've got 2 amazing serums if you have just joined us, which are absolutely,
A lot
I
of
would
you
say,
are going for the
the
serums
best
on their own
serums,
as well. They're available.
That I've used. And then we've got the day and the night, which we're going into it. It's all in this bundle for the price you're seeing on your screen. But if you go to ERC, you are talking about £413 worth of product. The day and the night is beautiful. And you should have a different day to a night,
Definitely.
shouldn't you?
You need different ones. And if we look at the textures, this is probably the easiest way.
Thank you.
Look at the texture. Have a little dip on that side. Because you can see here, if you feel that one, and then I'm going to give you the night at the same time, just so you
Oh,
can
hang on,
see.
hang on.
Oh.
You'll have to put
I'll
it
have,
on my
I'll have a
hand.
little bit more.
have to
I'm
put it
putting
on
my
mine.
day on.
There's your night. Okay. So give Hayley some more day.
Thank you very much.
There's your day.
So you're
Tell
so
you
kind.
what.
Okay. And there's your night.
I didn't even get told off. Look at
Amazing.
that.
She's lovely. Isn't she?
She is lovely.
But
Right.
textures, I might give you a bit more there actually, so you can see, look at that one. So texture, why do we need a different day to night? It's the one question that's always asked. Think of daytime. Daytime is protection, okay? So daytime is how do we protect? How do we support? How do we sort of build this invisible barrier, this shield of the skin? How do we keep that hydrated all day long? How do we target that redness? Whereas of a nighttime, we want to replenish, we want to soothe, we want to calm, we want to take away all the stresses of the day. So absolutely, always use a different day and a nighttime moisturiser.
It's really important, isn't it?
It's really important. And I think the thing is, because if you say use your daytime moisturiser day and night, you never quite get the full benefit. And
No.
you'll go, oh, it's okay, it's nice, feels nice, it was great of a daytime, but you're not getting the full effect. And I think that for me is what makes the difference. Use them as they're meant to be. Phenomenal.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And we were saying about shelf life.
Shelf life, every single pot will have a little open pot symbol on the back of them.
Tells you how long.
Tells you how long, whether it be 3, 6, 9 or 12 months. You'll see this little open-aired pot, the sign symbol there. That will tell you exactly how long it needs to be open for. Unopened, sealed, left in the box. Obviously, everything comes sealed. Up to 2 years.
Wow.
So
if you want to
I hate to say the
multi-order.
C word, but somebody
Yes.
said to me the other day, is it like 20 weeks off? And I was
it
like,
will be.
please don't say that. I was like, 20 weeks and we're there.
Don't.
Great. And the other thing
Perfect.
is, if you say, from what I do, if I needed serums, I'd still buy the set. I'd keep the 2 serums.
Yes.
I like
And
your
somebody's got
style.
a beautiful cleanser day and night time.
I've done that before in the past.
Do it all the
Absolutely.
time.
Absolutely. And do have a look at prices. If you go onto ERC's website, which is Epidermal Research Centre, which is the brand that has bought us this range. It's a new range for us. We've only had one live show before. Just go and have a look at the prices so you just get an idea of the saving that you've actually got. What Diane really has done is put together a tester kit in full sizes, but given us a tester price, because that wrinkle defence on its own, or the wrinkle reducer, £99 by itself. Our bundle of all 5 items that you see here, £79.99.
£20 less than the wrinkle reducer.
On its own.
So you get the full 5-piece
So
collection.
the Super Lift, which we absolutely love, the wrinkle reducer, you've got I think the best actual cleanser that you'll have used, and you've got your day and your night that you've just seen. And honestly, it allows you to have everything. Because sometimes if you see a range like this with Dragon's Blood, you are talking £80–90 per pot.
Absolutely.
So you might think, oh, I'll try. Oh, shall I try the day?
Which one shall I try?
The day, or shall I get the serum? I'll get one.
Yes.
And the great thing is we get the benefit of all of these working together.
Definitely. And I think if you've got, I understand people who have got sensitive, sensitised, fragile skin, you're always nervous, because I think that you think, how's my skin going to react? What's it going to do? If you are at that stage where you are thinking, oh, should I, shouldn't I? When you get this home, start with 1. Introduce it, build up tolerance.
Okay.
So give your skin, I get very excited with skincare, and I'm a bit like, oh, it's Christmas and it all needs to come out and everything needs to go on at once. But if you've got that sort of sensitivity and fragility in the skin, please just start with the cleanser. Use it once a day, 3 or 4 days, just start to get your skin used to it. Then introduce maybe a moisturiser, okay? So you're just getting your hydration and your moisturisation levels right. Then, once your tolerance is good, so that could be a week later, it doesn't take very long, then you can start to use everything. But otherwise, if you get this home and you've got that super fragile skin and put everything on at once, your skin will go, way, this is great. And it'll bring it all in, and then it'll go, oh, something's changed, something's new. And it may be reactive. So the thing for me with this is, if you're super sensitive, fragile or reactive, build up tolerance. If it's anti-aging, jump straight in. Dive into it all, get it onto that skin straight away. But if you know you've got sensitised skin, it's active ingredients, okay? So just build up a little bit of tolerance.
And you've got your cleanser. You'll then use one of your serums. You've got that fabulous Super Lift serum, which is what myself and Diane use in the day, because it's a little bit sort of, I say lighter, but it's just that perfect base for makeup and then, looking after your skin through the day. It is, it really is. But then you've got, so you go from that to your day cream, and then you've got your fabulous wrinkle reducer. Use that in the night. You'll find that's a little slightly sort of heavier in texture, but beautiful for an evening, and then you use that alongside your night cream, and you've got the whole bundle at £79.99. Yet go onto ERC's website, that is £413 worth of product, less 5p. Amazing.
So many of you have got these in baskets right now.
Honestly.
Just check your basket out, get it home and try the skincare. And we're really lucky in the studio because we get to try it, then we buy it. Because once you've tried it, you will absolutely adore it. And if you've been stuck with that same skincare for years and you're like, my skincare doesn't work anymore, That's because you've been using the same skincare for such a long time. Maybe it's time to switch up your skincare and try the Defence range, because it really is for everybody, isn't it?
I think for some people it could be life-changing. I don't know if you could just see that before and after just again really quickly. Life-changing because if you do suffer with irritation, redness, rosacea perhaps, you will find you have got an incredible ingredients, and we'll go back into more detail about this in a couple of moments, with the dragon's blood that will really assist with that redness. And look at the difference with that before and after, how that's life-changing. And I don't say that on many shows, but that is a life-changing difference. But then look past the redness in the before. Have a look how tough that skin looks, especially on that chin area, the under lip area. Look how deep the marionette lines, the lines at the end of the mouth down to the sort of jowls, look how deep they are. The nose to mouth lines, look how sort of prominent they are. Look at the after. So we've got the benefits of helping with irritated skin if you have it, but amazing anti-aging benefits.
Great ingredients.
I've never seen one range that does all of that.
That combines everything, so you get all those benefits in one skincare range that we've got for you. 968232. If you've just joined us, pop it into your basket. If you've already got it in your basket, so many of you have. Confirm your order and
we've
check
got twice as many people now ordering as what we've already sold. Please do check those baskets out. I know you are going to be real satisfied customers.
And you can watch us not only here on ITV1 and STV, but you can also catch us on Freeview 89.
ShopOnTV also broadcasts every day from midnight to 6 p.m. on Freeview Channel 89, with an even wider range of must-have products at market-beating prices. So, check your electronic programme guide for the latest show schedule and tune in daily to grab the offers while they're still available. There's more to see with ShopOnTV. At ShopOnTV, our goal is to provide you with the best shopping experience possible. Our team of shopping experts is dedicated to sourcing the latest, greatest and most desirable products at the lowest prices available, delivering them to you quickly and conveniently, and ensuring your complete satisfaction. We're passionate about maintaining the highest standards of quality and service every step of the way, from design to dispatch. You'll find us on ITV1 and STV from midnight to 3 a.m, Freeview Channel 89 from midnight to 6 p.m, and on YouTube at ShopOnTV Live. Our daily broadcasts are your TV window into the global marketplace, presenting you with a collection of carefully curated must-have items, demonstrated by our on-air team with honesty, integrity and trust. Plus, there's even more in our online store at shopontv.co.uk. So when it's time to shop, shop on TV.
And it is time to shop. It's time to check your baskets out. Please do not miss out on this bundle. It's a massive bundle. It's a range that's been with us for a few months, but actually it's well, the brand's been with us for a few months, but the range only came to us for one previous show, and you loved it so much. It is back, but that stock is depleting really quick.
And this bundle is such fantastic value that we've got for you at $79.99. We're just getting busier and busier. Now, when you look at that usual price, I don't want you to think that is the price you would normally pay with ERC. That's based on our reduced individual prices. If you go to ERC, Epidermal Research Centre, this is their newest range. It's the Defence range. But I want you to look at the individual prices, because this is what you would normally pay. The Super Lift, normally $39.95. The Wrinkle Reducer, £99 on its own. And I don't want you to think, well, wow, look at those prices. The prices there are the prices it should be, because of the ingredients, because it's premium, because it's luxury, because of the research that Epidermal Research Centre put into these products, and because of how Diane and the team work with chemists, and the research is massive.
It's science-based, isn't it?
It's absolutely, it's totally science-led. So it's all about how we can get those beautiful, super active, sort of pharmaceutical grade ingredients into everyday efficacious skincare, and also into a collection of skincare that isn't 10 stages long, because we're all short on time.
Not complicated.
It needs absolutely not to be complicated. So we're all about that simplicity, that capsule collection, things that really work, but they work fast and they're results driven.
And we see results when we see the befores and afters, and we see the
Wow.
numbers from the studies and the trials that have been done. So picture-wise, let's take a look at those pictures again and just run you through, and then we'll talk about the reviews we were talking about. This one is spectacular for so many reasons, Diane.
Absolutely. So, you know, predominantly the first thing you see is that redness and how it's totally gone
Absolutely.
from the before to the after.
Life-changing.
Definitely. And if you look,
For that
so
person,
this lady, mid-50s, you know, going through the menopause, so her skin isn't this reactive all of the time.
Right.
But what she did see was take a deeper delve, look beneath the lip line, okay? Look at that change and the texture and the tone of the skin. And I think so many of us sort of late 40s, 50s, 60s really see this change in texture in our skin. It's amazing the way it starts to almost feel like it's thickening. There's a hardening of the skin. It's not that beautiful, soft, plump, supple skin that we had in our late 20s and early 30s. And then move on again here, we see beautiful Barbara. Barbara is a personal client of mine, and we see the redness. She had suffered with this redness for 30 plus years.
Bless her.
And it looked like she had a permanent sunburn. If she ate something spicy, had a couple of glasses of wine.
Irritated it.
They're all the things that kicked it off.
Wow.
So when we talk about redness in the skin, we often talk about an anti-inflammatory response. So you have these beautiful signals in the skin, okay? And they're triggered. So different things can trigger. It could be stress, it could be food, it could be alcohol, it could be temperature. Poor Barbara permanently had a Rudolph nose and the cherub cheeks of the redness. She'd never been able to get rid of that. This after picture was one of my absolute favourites because she sent me this the second she'd got out the shower. And she was like, Diane, just ignore the wet hair. And I was like, oh, Barbara, look at that skin, look at that skin. Because literally, normally she would be beetroot red
After having a shower.
after having a shower. And she was like, this is insane. Look at this, like Diane, I need to show you now. And I was like, that's amazing, absolutely amazing.
And it's all down to all the key ingredients that are working with, if you have got redness, but also working anti-aging like you won't
That's what means
believe.
it's for everybody.
Absolutely. And dragon's blood we've mentioned, and I think we should mention it again and explain what this is, because that is a product that is in some top end, very expensive beauty ranges.
Well, I had a look again on the way down tonight, and most individual items were around about 70, 80, 90 pounds for an individual item. This is a 5-piece collection for less than 80 pounds. What are we seeing here?
And it's through the whole collection as well, isn't it?
It's absolutely.
Even in the cleanser.
Even in the cleanser.
Amazing.
From the cleanser, we have got this beautiful extract of dragon's blood. So it gets its horrendous name. It sounds awful, like, oh, I use dragon's blood on my skin. From this beautiful tree. It's something called the Croton neglari tree. It's indigenous and has been used by the indigenous population of the Amazon for thousands of years. And I can say that thousands. People go, yeah, thousands. Seriously, it's like AD was when this was first discovered. But it's absolutely used for its soothing, its healing, its calming properties. And that's even reflected because when they take the extract from the tree, okay, the tree isn't cut down, branches aren't cut off.
Right.
This beautiful gnarly tree, hence the dragon tree, the locals refer to it as the dragon tree, has this red resin. So when it's cut, the resin drips and it looks like blood, hence dragon's blood. But with the resin, even it helps to heal the tree. So the tree isn't harmed.
Wow.
So this beautiful, like 100% EcoCert resin at source, we obviously then alter because we add other amazing actives to it. But yeah, it's so healing and so amazing on the skin. It helps the tree to
heal
actually
itself.
heal itself. It's
Fabulous.
insane, absolutely insane the way it works.
And the benefits in your skincare is about the irritation, isn't it, from the dragon's blood?
It's first and foremost, it is one of the most anti-aging compounds out there. It's huge.
Great.
It targets redness, so it's full of something called taspine, which taspine targets redness. It's full of natural polyphenols, so that's great for helping the anti-aging process. It's super, super antioxidant rich. And when we talk about antioxidants, everybody would say, yeah, I know vitamin E. Vitamin E is a great antioxidant.
Right.
Yeah? 20 times, up to 20 times more potency than vitamin E at antioxidant level, and up to 5 times more potent than vitamin C. Now that, for me, anybody who's into their skincare will have some form of vitamin C in there every day, or they'll know the benefits of vitamin C.
Yeah.
So to have something 5 times stronger is insane.
It's spectacular. Now, 5-piece collection we've got here. It is a great collection for daytime, nighttime, because you've got day moisturisers, you've got serums, night moisturisers.
It's your full regime.
It is, because you've got the cleanser as well. Can we run through it?
Absolutely.
Because if anyone, we've only got about 15 minutes, but could we briefly mention, do you think, a bit about everything? That'd be great.
Cleanser, get this home. This is the most delightful, smooth,
stunning,
creamy. Top tip, and I say this every time, please take a pin, don't peel off the seal, don't peel off this seal here, take a pin, save it, don't waste it, but you're going to take a little bit of this, okay, and you are going to add some water, and this is going to be the best, deepest, gentle, beautiful, soothing, calming cleanse ever. Now you see that's quite creamy. The more water, the more water, I think I'm at home there.
You're going to take your makeup off then
I was
for a
about
minute,
to go
aren't
for
you?
it then.
You can if you want.
Yes, yeah. But
look at that.
So
and that's exactly what it does.
Exactly.
So it takes your makeup off, it takes your mascara off, it takes your blusher off, it takes the dirt of the day
But it
away.
doesn't strip your skin. It doesn't dry your skin.
It doesn't do any irritation at all to the skin. But can you see, the more water I add, the more bubbles, the more foam I'm starting to get. And this lightness,
look at that,
is absolutely beautiful. It's like, it's silky. It is so smooth, so soft. But this is, you know, when you get that real sort of calming effect onto the skin, when you give the skin that really big hug, this is that start of that process.
When you've taken your makeup off, or just the daily grime off your face with this, my skin feels like I've had a treatment, whereas usually my skin can feel really tight. And I think I must put some creams on now because my skin feels horrible and irritated and red.
Absolutely.
Completely the opposite.
Totally soft, and it almost, I want to say, anybody who is still a soap and water lover, okay? There's lots of, I want to say, probably more mature people who love their soap and water.
Yeah.
Do you know what they love? They love this foam.
The feel.
Because it's that lather effect.
Familiar.
Familiar.
My mum would love that, you saying that, because she's always sort of used
do you know
soap and
what?
water.
If you got the collection home and tried it, the difference your skin would feel from soap and water, because that's very drying.
It's
Again,
very dehydrating on the skin. It's very tight, so you get that sort of almost tight effect.
Yeah.
This will just leave your skin feeling really soft. Perfect as well, obviously. We love it, Hayley, because it takes everything of the makeup off. But Sean, you love this because if you're going to have a shave, if you're getting any irritation in the skin, it's perfect to keep the skin really calm. If you get lots of little ingrowers and irritation,
razor burn,
brilliant,
razor burn, it keeps the skin super, super calm.
Fabulous. And you saying that, because I felt it, you think, gosh,
it's it's literally.
I'm not going to let him use it, but
I know where it is.
If he had his own, it'd be really nice for him to use. But then once we've cleansed, we move on to the serums. That's the next item.
So we've got your choice of your Super Lift. Obviously, in this bundle, you're getting both. Super Lift, I love for the daytime because that is my clarity. It's my wake-up call to the skin of the morning. It's great to really sort of keep the skin protected all day long. Then of an evening, I absolutely love the wrinkle reducer.
And I've, funnily, without knowing that's what you do, done exactly the same for the same reasons.
Yeah.
It just feels right.
It just feels right. Texture is a little bit lighter. The viscosity, it's a little bit more fluidity.
So that's great for the day.
In the daytime, it's perfect as a makeup base.
It is.
And it's just absorbed into the skin so quickly. So if you're, I want to say, a morning rush routine person, you want that. Leave this in the shower. 2 seconds in the shower, it's done. Jump out. I'm normally like, the towel's wrapped around the head, the serum goes on, a quick dry, that's gone in, moisturiser on, and you're done.
Good to go.
It's literally
It is, I love it.
And it's such great value, this collection that we've got for you. Once again, so many of you have got these in baskets right now. Do confirm your orders and check out. Don't miss out whilst we've got it. We don't have it that often.
No.
Diane's quite a busy woman.
She's a very busy lady.
Every time I see her, I'm like, where have you been?
It's only the second time we've actually had this range from the brand ERC. It's a brand new range for them. So we've had one show, absolutely loved it. I've been using it ever since that show. So it's about 4 weeks, I think. And the 3rd of July, I'm just hearing. And the difference it has made to my skin has been incredible. And obviously I'm lucky enough to try lots of different things. And I'll always tell you, you know, that when I've tried things, if they've been good for me and if they've worked for me. But for me, I've got to say, especially serum wise, I think the best serums I've ever tried.
Well,
But what do you, this is what I always say to people, what do you love? The texture?
I love the way it feels.
What it obviously results.
I love the way it feels as I put it on. But the thing I really love is it really truly goes into the skin like it's working. And I'm very much a person, you are what you eat sort of thing, and I'm very much had my NutriBullets because I know they'll go into my body and start working straight away. They've already been broken down, the right ingredients are all
Lots
there.
of vitamins.
Yeah, I'm very much into, you know, eating well. And I feel like I'm giving my skin a 5 a day. I feel like, you know, in those serums, you can virtually feel the goodness, but I can feel it going into the skin, not sitting on top of the skin and causing me irritation, or when I put my makeup on, making it all horrible and bitty. It just feels so nice, and I feel it's working bizarrely.
Yes, and that is it. So for me, that is music to my ears, because I love, it's that, if you get the texture right, and if you get the absorption rate right, you're winning, basically. You are winning. So add into that all those beautiful active ingredients. So we know we're targeting redness, we know we're targeting anti-aging, we know it's that results driven to help support the skin, barrier build the skin, keep the skin hydrated. These are like multitaskers to really, really give the skin the best chance at aging in the most graceful way, but also targeting all those sort of mishaps and blips that can happen through not necessarily just redness or through age, but through lifestyle. You know, we're all busier, we're all more tired. Anybody watching now, you know, is probably likely a night hawk or a shift worker or insomniac. They can't see, it's late. This will help them because their skin will show that lack of sleep or that change in body pattern, in sleeping pattern, it all impacts like the general health of the skin.
So true.
So this is this is your collection. I couldn't say that. You know, you are the ideal person to use this, because this is really going to help how your skin looks.
I've just remembered that we came into a show with a producer who we hadn't worked with for a while.
Gosh,
We always come into the show with Hayley's got no makeup on, neither have I. But we came into the show and we hadn't worked with this producer for a while, and she came in, she was like, oh my goodness,
Skin
Hayley.
looks amazing.
And it was just after, well, it was probably a couple of weeks after you'd started using it.
And I'd known her for
years.
For
Years and years.
Yeah, and years.
And she was blown
that was
away.
the biggest compliment you could ever have, because I have, especially when I was young, always struggled with my skin. So actually to have probably my skin at its best in my 50s, whilst I'm going through that thing you go through in your 50s that messes everything up, is incredible.
Yeah.
And it is a confidence boost. If I feel I can go out without any makeup on and not feel conscious of my skin, it's a big thing. And when you see the befores and afters, the huge changes this can make. And I didn't use this range because I have sort of redness now, but I know that I do have irritated skin, and I do worry that going through the 50s could start to create, because I've noticed differences to my skin. I used it more for the anti-aging, but in here, the before and after, instantly, the redness that has gone is life-changing. So that is a tick.
Absolutely.
But then if we look beyond the redness and look at her skin, the improvement to the texture of her skin, her nose to mouth lines, the lines that then come from her lips, you know, just at the side of her lips, the marionette lines, go under her chin. Look at the skin in the before, under her chin, how rough it is. You referred to it like sandpaper.
Yes.
And then it's like silk. The difference is huge. I've never found one range that does all of that.
No, and I think when you can find, and that's what we absolutely love about Dragon's Blood, because it is such a multifunctional active. It targets so many different things into the skin. And like you say, you know, I get that redness, you don't get that redness, but my changes of skin give me that redness. So I wake up of a morning and I'm like, oh, there's more spots, my nose is now flaky. And if I don't incorporate something of Dragon's Blood into my everyday routine, the flare-up literally within 3 or 4 days is insane. Because it literally can go from 7, 8, 9 little sort of pustular spots of a morning to 80 or 90. I mean, it really is the diversity that can occur in the skin in that short period of time is insane.
So really very much for all skin types. Ages from, you said about 30, 35?
Yes,
upwards.
So definitely. Anything where you've got any changes in the skin, you know, prevention is always better than cure. So if you're looking for an anti-aging collection, or maybe you've got some hormonal changes happening, absolutely 35, 40s, perfect. 50s, definitely. 60s, if you're on the other side and you're starting to think that maybe I've got that, if you're starting to notice more glycation, so where you get that sort of crisscross in the skin, where you
I've always wondered what that was. Yeah,
it's the sugars in the skin. Superlift serum, absolutely, because that softens the sugars in the skin. So Dragon's Blood, perfect for that age group. Where the texture and tone of the skin really, really changes and you get this sort of crisscross effect, that's where this comes into its own.
So we would cleanse, obviously, first of all, so important to cleanse. We advise, you can go either way because you've got 2 serums, but this is a great serum for the daytime, which is your super lift. Then we'd go to our day cream, wouldn't we?
Daytime moisturiser, and literally keep it in those simple steps. So literally go step 1, I'm going to go step 2, take this out the way. So literally 1, 2, 3. That's exactly the way you're going to use this, okay?
So cleanser, your serum.
Couple of droppers, and remember, all over face, all over neck, right across the décolleté.
Yes.
Okay.
Think like a therapist, in between the palm of your hands. Please don't dot and dab, it's my other pet hate. Please don't do what you see on socials and take this and start to do this.
Oh, she's not
Please
happy.
don't do this with this. Please don't. Please.
Don't.
I'll be like, so you'll think of me sat on your shoulder. Don't do the dot and dab. Take a couple of drops. Get an even application into the hands, all over face, neck, right across that décolleté.
I even take it around the back of the neck as well.
Perfect. So, daytime, cleanse, serum, moisturiser. Nighttime, exactly the same. All you are going to do is interchange your wrinkle reducer and your nighttime moisturiser,
Got it
and
all.
you're done. You've got a full regime here. Absolutely. Bar an eye product, you've got a full regime for less than the price. If you purchase the wrinkle reducer straight off the website, I think you're saving...
It's £99 on its own.
Exactly.
So yeah, so you're saving £20.
Saving £20.